This episode is brought to you by TwoLinedMusicHutStore.com. TwoLinedMusicHutStore.com is your all-access to culture. Check out cultural merchandise like leggings, hats, mini boxing gloves, and bags. Also t-shirts like hip-hop, nature, rock bands, reggae, and dark fantasy. Fast shipping worldwide. That's TwoLinedMusicHutStore.com. Now let's check out this episode. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a really special guest in the building. Listen, this man here, he's busy. He's a recording artist, a songwriter, a producer, an actor, and the CEO of Starstruck Records. You know, we have in the building today, we have Esco Da Shocker in the building today. What's going on, my brother?
Manners and respect, my fam, you know what I mean? It's good to be here. Big up to all the people listening. You know what I'm saying? We're there, man. I give thanks through the old times and stuff. It's been tricky, but, you know, we're giving thanks same way, my fam.
Thank you so very much for catching up with us here on the Entertainment Report podcast today.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure, fam. It's a pleasure. I mean, I think we should have been linked up, like, from back in the day, you know what I mean, on some shows or something.
You know that we're going to talk about that just now. But you see, on this program here, we like to go right from the beginning and then bring it right up to 2021. So my first question for you is this. Where did you grow up in Jamaica, and what type of child were you?
All right, I mean, I grew up in Kingston. You know what I mean? We started from, I would say, middle class. You know what I mean? My father died early, so I was raised by my mom and my stepmom. My father was a radio disc jockey, Errol Thompson. Mm-hmm. My real mom is Marlene Abdul, and my stepmom is Marcia Griffiths. So, you know, still blessed through life, bro. I mean, I can't complain. Raised by two wonderful women, and, you know, the fact that they were able to make me and my brothers link up and, you know, travel and tour with Sister Marcia and stuff. It was wonderful, and that's kind of where I got my first musical influence too.
Proper. And as a child, what type of child were you growing up?
I was actually a sports junkie, and I was a bit of a nerd to fam. It's crazy because, I used to be into sports. I played a lot of basketball. I went to Campion College, and I went over to LSU to do a bit of college and play some ball there, and then I got homesick. Mm-hmm. You get me? So I had to come, you know, I came back home, got into sound business, you know what I'm saying? From there, I'm at Leftside. I mean, with families, I'd known each other and stuff. So, you know what I mean? It's really, everything kind of happened natural, but I really changed from a sports junkie and a nerd to, you know, a musician, and where I'm at now, an artist and producer.
All right. And I know you said you were a sports junkie. So growing up, did you think you were going to be into sports, or what did you think you were going to be when you grew up?
Bro, I was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I made all the national teams. That's why I went overseas to play some ball. I mean, it's a different market over there, you know what I'm saying? Ball and stuff. And, you know, I really thought I could make it to, you know, maybe the NBA or something like that. I mean, once you have a star mentality, it goes a long way. It's not really about your physical skill. It's a lot about mental. It's about package. It's about marketing. It's about, you know, your ethic, your work ethic. So I thought I could have made it big, you know what I mean? I feel like I can make it big anywhere I go, bro. If I was a gardener, I'd be the biggest gardener, one of.
I could see that in your attitude, because that's why you do so many things, because in the confidence you have in yourself, it's like, boss, you're unstoppable. You could do anything you want.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro. It's just, you know, it's that Jamaican thing, it's that dancehall thing that is that, you know, you get that from training out here on the battlefield. And of course, in somewhere like Louisiana State, when you're vying for a space on a basketball team, is similar to the pressure that you face in a dancehall.
For sure, I got that 100%. So now, after sports, when did music actually take hold of you? When you said, okay, I want to go down this path here?
Well, on campus, I became a big DJ. So, you know, I became a popular DJ at home and a popular DJ on the LSU campus. So, you know, that's kind of where I realized, like, hey, you know, before I even finish this education or even get on this basketball team, I'm already like hot in this area, and I felt at home with it. You know, it felt natural. I don't know if that's from my father's lineage, who, you know, as a radio disc jockey played and, you know, MC'd and stuff. But yeah, it felt natural. So I went home one summer, fam, and I never went back.
Just like that. And even with your father now, ET, how well did you know him growing up?
I didn't know him much. I had to look at pictures and watch film and, you know, excerpts from cassettes and stuff like that. If anybody ever remember what a cassette is.
Mm-hmm. Of course. I just seen one yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. I can't believe cassette is like a souvenir now, like a museum artifact.
Crazy. And that used to be something that you would have every single solitary day.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Okay, so then you think your DJing was something that was in your heart, something that your father put in you because that's who he was from jump?
Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with the feeling at home part. From an influence perspective, you know, there was people like Juxi Killer, there's people like Tony Mataran from King Addies, there's people like, you know, Delano, you know what I mean, who influenced us and made us feel, you know, excited about the craft of being a soundman, especially not coming from the inner city.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, because you're more like on the uptown side, and the uptown side it wasn't really the place where you'd see a lot of sounds or DJs in hardcore dances, but you guys had your own scene happening up there at the same time.
Right, and I feel like I've always been a broad character in terms of diaspora and you know what I mean, and class. It's like we mix with anybody, we'll have vibe with anybody, uptown, downtown, round town, international. It's like, you know, we know how to relate and change lingo and right. So I'm saying, you know, we know how to mix and ingratiate ourselves with different kind of people. So it's always good.
Definitely, I get that. So even now, when you said DJ, what type of music were you playing when you were in the States at that time there?
It was the same dancehall and reggae with a little soca. You know what I mean? Of course, in Jamaica, we're trained to be very versatile with genres. So in the club there, I was able to play some hip hop, some dance, some soca, some dancehall. You know what I mean? Little Afro at the time, some early Afro, because the guy who owned the club was from Nigeria, Olu. So, you know what I mean, bro? I was on the training ground. I did it hard. That was my early training days.
I got you. How did you get your name Esco?
Well, early in my college career, I was a huge Nas fan. I used to walk around campus listening to Nas all day, every day, rapping Nas. And then, you know, when I went to Jamaica and I met up with Leftside and we were in the office of Sharon Burke, big up to Sharon Burke, all day, every day. Mm-hmm. You know, we're in an office and we're choosing names, and you know, Nas be my favorite rapper, and I was always singing that stuff. People was just like, yo, why not call yourself Nas? And I was like, yo, nah, I name myself after another artist, but you know, Nas have a nickname, maybe I'll work with his nickname. So, you know, from Escobar come Esco.
That's how you got it. Wicked right there. And even that, since you brought up his name, how did you connect with Leftside when you came back to Jamaica?
Actually, we, through family linkage, of course, once I got into the sound system business, I realized he was in the sound system business as well. So we started linking up, you know, and remixes, and, you know, I would invite him to come and play uptown where my son was hosting most times. And we just, you know, kind of grew a kinship and a common goal, and of course, a friendship from them time there. And then I actually went to college. So while I was away, you know, me and the dog is still a link in terms of music and thing. So that was part of the reason I actually decided to leave college, because he was like, yo, bro, you need to, you know, come back me and you do this thing, because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, college Ray and Tay, but, you know, it's like we're really hot now and we can do it now. So, you know, I agreed with him. And at the time, of course, I was already homesick by being away from my home for 2 years. So I welcomed the opportunity to come back, and here I am.
Right there. And what year did you guys actually connect and start Leftside and Esco?
In the preliminary stage, it was about the year 2000, 2001. Mm-hmm. We really broke onto the scene, about 2001, I would say. And then from there, we played all the biggest dances and things, the Stings, the Sumfest, the Ras, the Fully Loadeds, the Reloadeds, the you name it. And then we got our first breakout song in 2006, 5?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
For sure. No, I want to go through your DJ career because you have so many different facets. I want them to actually understand who Esco is because you do so many different things. You understand?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my bro. I appreciate that because there was no YouTube back then. There was no gram. You feel me? So it's like a lot of people don't even understand. So, you know, we're graduates from the school. You know, big up all selector, big up all, you know, MC. We graduated from that school to from Sweet 16s, come up to, you know, all these free dates, office parties, you know, birthday parties. You know, begging dub plate, khaki suit, down at Arrows, down a dub factory, around a Sapphire. You know what I'm saying? We did it all, bro. You know, we work the streets, we play early warms, we ride pan truck, go our country. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, people, I mean, I really appreciate you asking this question, fam, because people never understand the collegiate training we got you on every level of music, you see.
For sure. Okay, so even with playing out and stuff like that, tell me, do you remember your first night on something like a Fully Loaded?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the nerves is crazy. Fully Loaded, they're talking about 25,000, 30,000 people on a beach, you know, fire torch, gunshots. It's crazy, man. We started out early before, you know, you had two segments before the stage lights up and then when the stage lights up. So we started on the regular ground before the stage light up in the earlies, and then we made it to the stage and we ended up being top 5. We usually come on right before DJ Khaled or right after DJ Khaled. That's how we actually met Khaled too, you know what I mean? Big up to Khaled. And been real to this day. It's like if you see you anywhere, it's like the same dude, you know? So yeah, man, we used to play right before Khaled or right after Khaled in the top 5 and then watch Mataran and Links come on after that and then the artists and stuff, man. So it was crazy. The adrenaline, you know, being on stage in front of so many people, it really trained me to be an artist. It really trained me for stage presence. It really trained me for the battlefield. You know what I mean? It's like performing with Shatter Fire and Fire Touch. I mean, the adrenaline and the atmosphere is nothing like it.
Mm-hmm. And how did you guys used to prepare for something like Fully Loaded? Were you guys more dubs, remix, a combination of both? What was the
we were dubs and remixes. We were a combination of both. Mm-hmm. We couldn't really get a lot of dub plays at first, so we used to, you know, strip acapellas and do creative stuff with it. You know, we got our first set of dub plays strength from Bun to Killer. Big up to Killer every time. You know, it got it's made that our general took off from every level, you know, give us strength in music, you know, from people probably don't even know that, so from selector days, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, so big up to Killer. So yeah, we used to get some Killer dub, and that's kind of what got us into the top 5 too, you know what I mean? Being able to maneuver them there, remix them there, and other twists and stuff. So it was a combination of uniqueness, dub, and remix.
Right there. And even the link with Killer, how did you guys connect with Killer in the first place?
It comes back around to Sharon Burke, you know, fam. That's why I'm always grateful and bigging up people because, you know what I mean, along the way, the various people inject their influence and their links towards you becoming who you are. So once you decided to become duo selectors as apart from being on a syndicate sound with Arif Cooper and Zachary Hardy, Leftside and I went into Sharon Burke's office to be managed, and that's where we got our link to Bounty Killer, because, you know, we're linked with Sharon now. She was like, yo, you have to do something for my guys. So that's how we got our link with Killer, run by Sharon office, and, you know, we kind of showed him the creative things that we're doing. He was hearing him vocal without giving it to us. You know what I mean? It's like, we end up realizing, it's like the first linkage was about how we got his vocal. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the double we're playing at the party get a big forward. So, you know, it's true Sharon Burke, bro.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I know you guys were on like some early Dream weekends and stuff like that too. How were those?
Man, it's crazy. And I say it's like I wish Cameron and YouTube and Graham did about them time there, man. We played on all those things from before Dream was Dream, from it was ATI. You know what I mean? We played on almost everything right across the island internationally. Mm-hmm. Dream Weekend was a little bit even crazier back then because there was more anticipation. There were less parties like that. There was, you know what I'm saying, more of a uniqueness to it, a newness. So yeah, them days it was crazy, bro. We did that, and I mean those things were easy because we had a big reputation. We were actually headliners on those events. We had actually a billboard 2 years in a row. It's like, you know what I'm saying? As I said, bro, I appreciate you for even asking these questions. That this is like history. That if somebody not talking it now, come on, because it wasn't documented in terms of videography or anything like that.
You understand there, and you brought up her name a couple times already. How did you guys connect with Miss Sharon Burke in the first place?
Of course, through musical linkage, our parents and the elders, them. I'm sure Craig's dad, Sharon, has done a lot for him too. You know what I mean, in terms of booking and whatever. Sister Marcia is pretty good friends with Sharon Burke as well. I mean, we've been seeing Sharon from we're young. You just never kind of know what she do until you reach into the level and you go, okay, so she have the link, or whatever. So it's really once, and I mean, hats off to Sharon. She's that kind of woman that. She's on the lookout for the young kids of the young artists. She's always on the lookout for young talent, young people with a fresh look, fresh ideas. She also just helps a lot of people right throughout their career, just, through association, pulling strings and stuff like that. So it was actually natural, fam. We were just, kids of younger kids of stars, and we're doing our thing, looking like we want to do music, and we're making a mark. So got on her radar, saw her on a flight one day. And she was like, yo, I hear about you guys and stuff, you know what I mean? I didn't know you guys were into that. Let's talk. You know what I mean? And history make.
Just like that. What is your most memorable moment playing out as a selector or song?
Well, it would be two, to be honest with you. It would be the first time I flopped Wicked. Yeah, we went to a dance in a country alongside Stone Love, and I mean, I guess because people figured we are going good in a town and stuff like that, and oh my gosh, man, I look over the phone, bro. Man, I tell you, it was hilarious. Every time I tried to every time I revisit that dance, it was actually funny. So we're there, we out in some part of Clarendon, Stone Love. And Jamrock with Leftside Esco, you know what I mean? The town sensation, really. So when they play, bro, in the beginning, I tell you, it's like you take a picture of the party from stiff, still, nobody now move. You understand? I'm there, I'm at work, and we just never there relate the right way, my fam. And it's like, when we finish playing the last song and the play is silent, it's like a man scream from the back, yo, no take no move my bumbo clock off of this. Oh, them town boy, yeah, man. Loud, and it was like, you have a moment when the time just drops silent on you at the wrong moment. That was my wrong moment. So, it was embarrassing and thing, and I remember Nico Bam Bam from Stone Love him draw one side, and I say, yo, youth, I'm listening to man, tough. Big up to Nico and big up to all Stone Love members. Stone Love has been like an instrumental part of a career from something even till me artist too. So Nico draw one side and said, bro, when you go on good, man, you don't watch the people them down here. There's a tough crowd. I say, listen and go on good. Here what you have to do, you have to just remember where there. You have to remember who you play alongside. You understand? And remember, say, when I entertain a pick me and thing with the father and the mother, man, draw for some of the things they want to know in the musical depth. And don't afraid for Ray, man. Just make the people them understand, say, you know something. Don't just come for the year thing, a dance. Which was the first time we are play at a dance. You understand which part? Souls are play till 1 o'clock a morning. And you understand? So when we come in with our little fresh little hip-hop thing in the early 1:30, people them must say, them not expect that none at all. Likewise, if you know the caliber of Sound Love and Jamrock, say a morning ride, as them would have called it. So yeah, bro. And then from that, the memorable part of the story is me and Leftside now, we really went out into the car under the embarrassment and we deep down in the record box and plan and pick out and sift through and come back in at about the 3:30 in the morning and really tear down the whole of Clarendon from there, so I actually make a name the night, so. The advice, the adversity, the flop, and of course the forward at the end, I made it one of the most memorable things, bro. And then of course, the first time we played top 5 on the fully loaded stage, big up to Sharon Burke again, big up to Bounty Killer, big up to everybody, big up to Khaled, big up to Jazzy T, them and everybody. You know what I mean? Seal when the phone drop. It's like, big up to them people because the moment I got the first big forward on the fully loaded stage, I'm a witness over 20,000 lighter and shot a fire and a whole heap of thing. It's like, it was a moment of realization. It was a moment of confidence. It was a moment that made me feel belonging to music. It made me feel like, yo, all right, it was a good move for left college and come back now and come do the thing. You understand? Because it's like I reach a pinnacle. You talk about an island-wide party where the best of the best of the best is on. Not only that, is the whole of the sound them on it. So it's like, you really got to show who you are. You really got to, you know, excite the fans, and also what you do have to be on full display and people have to like it. So that moment really, you know, shift me entirely in music and made me realize, say, oh, this is my day I feel do.
Got you. Did you guys ever actually clash?
Only jokingly. The sound I was in before I was in Leftside Esco was a clash sound. So, and of course I've been to many clashes over the years and listened to clash tapes and stuff. So I clashed early in my career. I don't think Leftside did any clashing, but we weren't a clash duo.
When you say the song you ran before, what was the song you ran before?
Well, I was in we were both in Syndicate, and before that I was in a song called Dirty Dozen. Big up to Corrupt Gavin, you know, Bishop Janai. You know what I'm saying? Dirty Dozen was actually a derivative of Sean Paul and Dirty Cup them at the time. So we were like the younger youths, you know what I mean? We were ingratiated from a whole heap of different angles, bro. You know what I mean? Like, at them time, before Sean Paul, them was really Sean Paul. I mean, he was big in Jamaica and like the uptown scene and thing. But at them time, we were like the little youth them on the ground that always rated Sean, you know, coming from places like where we coming from and stuff. So we were out there playing his music too and stuff. And big up to Jeremy Harding, you know, that it was one of our early days mentor to through that whole Dirty Dozen, Dirty Cup kind of linkage, you know. So I was over that side too, bro. You know what I mean? I was over that side too. I put in work too at the same time before I even made it to Leftside Esco.
Crazy. He brought up his name too, DJ Khaled. What was a young DJ Khaled like those times there? Because a lot of people, when you look on social media, they think that Khaled just became this person and they don't realize that he really has a real dance hall background. What was he like back then?
Man, he was hungry. He was creative. He was, I mean, similar to now, man, good spirit. He got along with people. I don't think anybody can really say, you know, anything bad about Khaled, bro. He show love from day one. You know what I mean? He used to roll on the street with a little youth named Scary. God rest his soul, you know, Scary passed. But, you know, Khaled come down and show love to everybody. That's why Bounty Killer them and everybody, even us. Like, you know, not even say too much, but he was such a cool dude. We had such a good relationship, even from overseas. It's like, before even a big party like Fully Loaded, we could talk about what we're gonna play, you know, and like we know that he had stuff he wanted to play and his stuff that he, you know, we would deliberately not play that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he would like, if he's playing hip hop before us, he would like leave a couple of things for us too, you know what I'm saying? So he's always been a good dude, bro, you know what I mean? Where he's at now is deserving.
100% agree. Even when it came to production, were you guys still playing out when you guys started to produce, or this came after?
We were playing out when we started to produce. Our first rhythm was a reggae rhythm though, and we weren't necessarily reggae type selectors. So I mean, our roots and our, you know, our upbringing kind of influenced our production. But at the time where we were as like selectors and stuff, you know what I mean? That wasn't really the kind of thing that was being played, but it was still received at the fact that, hey, two selectors was doing some music and stuff. So at the time when we really started to produce, we started really producing around 2003, maybe 2004, when we were like early 20s. And yeah, I think like we played for a year while producing. Yeah, we played for a year while producing. But when we got Tucky in Your Belly, we had cold cut decided to go for it. Mm-hmm. You understand? Stop play, believe in ourselves, produce and sing.
before we even get to Tuck in Your Belly, because that's a real pivotal moment right there. Something like even the reggae rhythm. Why did you guys decide to drop a reggae rhythm opposed to a dancehall rhythm at that time there?
Well, as I was saying to you, influence, roots and the people at that time, they must say, it's the Marcia Griffiths, it's the Life Parks, it's those kind of people. So yeah, I say, you do kind of what's true to you, what you've been seeing in your life. So that's kind of how we got into a reggae beat. At the end of the day, Craig was still a drummer. We had also played a little bit in martial arts band. That's Wayne Marshall's band. Yeah, bro, the story. I'll tell you.
Okay, so with the band, was this when you guys were playing out, or this was before you guys were playing out, or during?
While we were playing out. So this was during the transition, my fam. So while we were playing, we were doing some band stuff on the side and some production on the side before we started singing. So because we were doing mostly band stuff on reggae, that's why our first rhythm was kind of reggae, band-based, live-based. But then, we started traveling more artists. Wayne Marshall, as I told you, were in his band. And then from there, we started being more of a dancehall-driven band. So then what we played and what we went out and did in the band world kind of started fusing now. And then we said, hey, you know what, let's produce this. Since we're playing it, and now we're actually playing it in, for dancehall artists, like we'd get the opportunity to play. Being Marshall's band, we got the opportunity. Big up to Wayne Marshall too. That's not my bro here. You know what I mean? That's my bro. Like bro. Yeah. So we got the opportunity to play for other big artists too. During the whole Wayne Marshall martial arts era. Serrani was in that band too.
Okay, so who else was in this band?
Because Shayapur was in that band too. Leftside was in the band. I was in the band as well.
What instrument do you play?
I played additional keyboards and samples. Serrani was the main keyboardist, of course. Leftside the drummer, Shaya the bassist.
This is wild. The fact that all four of you guys were in one band together?
Yeah, man, that's Eka. Shaya Core, that's junior gang musician bassist, Leftside Esco, man, a star-studded band. And Wayne Marshall, it was a good time. It was a good movement. It helped shape and form a lot of our, more of our confidence and also our exposure to different forms and creations and also exposure of music.
And did you guys only play for Wayne exclusively, or you guys were playing for other artists also?
Well, Wayne at the time, Wayne at the time was a top-class artist, you know what I'm saying? So he was on all the top shows, and he's still a top-class artist, but you know what I mean in terms of heyday. He was doing all the shows. Now he's a little more selective, like them time he's doing everything, Sting, Sumfest, everything, you understand? So through him, we got the opportunity to play for other people. That's the first time we did play any backing music for Bounty Killer too. So Killer was also surprised to buck us up back on the stage and play bass. These are the things that also contribute to the ratings of Leftside Esco and the respect. It's like you went everywhere and saw the man them I try the thing and I do the thing on a high level. It's like you went to on one show, man them play bands. You went to on one dance, man them play sound. You go on one studio, man them build some rhythm and I try and make some song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's part of how even artists became to a point of respect with regards to what we were doing.
Good to go. Even where did you guys travel outside of the country playing as a band?
Everywhere. Well, no, as a band. As a band, we only been to the Caribbean a couple of times. Most of the bigger shows were local shows because at the end of the day, you see, that's the thing. When you form such a star-studded team like Marshall did in those times, you got schedules. You have two hot selector. You have two of the hottest young musicians, them Serrani, them I play the thing, them pan Renaissance rhythm, pan the whole Renaissance rhythm, them Shire, them I play, Dan, them rhythm in the earlys, and I put blacks, them, and you know what I mean? So it's like you talk about every man hungry and I look it and I do multiple things, so we couldn't even really find time to say we have a travel like that.
That's wild. I'm telling you, we just got into the conversation and the direction that you keep going. It's like, how many things could one human being do?
I feel like the catacombs or something. Or one of them caves or those tunnels are like one of those places where you go where everywhere you turn is like a different branch and tangent. I'm almost losing myself, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? No pun intended, but it's like, even talking about it with you, bro, it's like I'm sometimes I'm like, wow, man, I live like 2-3 lifetimes already. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful to God for that, to fun. So, you know, it's a joy.
Because I know when you guys formed, okay, even with the playing out, did you guys' music get stolen or something like that?
Yeah. That was part of the push that you know, one of the little nudges that life gives you. You know, these challenges that you realize was what made you. We actually came from a tour, a small college US tour where we were trying to establish ourselves as DJs who actually sing as well, who DJ, if you want to say that. You know what I mean? So we went on a college tour, and we did about 6 to 8 shows. It went well. So it went so well when we landed and we're coming back from the airport, we decided to pass by a party that we had to cancel on because of the tour. So through the tour now, we decided to say we can't play. So when reaching back the night, it was the night of that party, so we decided to say, all right, we're going to stop in, play 2 songs. Do what we just do on the tour and get all the confidence. Play 2 songs, then sing 2 songs. Try that vibe, you know? So we did that. We did play a couple songs and sing the 2 songs. It was okay. You know, it was a good vibe. It was a received vibe, and we're feeling good until we got out to the car. You see me what I'm saying? So when we reach the car now, you know, window slap out and broke and record box gone and, you know what I mean? Bag we tuck under seats, dig out and cell phone and, cause you know, in the early time, you have the early cell phone time, you know, as a, you know what I mean? I'd select you have the early, because what them did, them big old Motorola or something there. You still have them, and yeah, so they stole all that, fam. And then we had to spend the whole night pulling strings to try and get back stuff. And we got back like some of the records and some stuff, but we weren't able to get everything. Some things were damaged. And at that time, CD never even come in yet, my G. So
this was records.
Yeah, man, real live vinyl. Few CDs too, live. A couple of CDs were there, but like CD never come in. There wasn't like no big CD movement yet. But we were, of course, as people were travel and people were going about, we were a little bit ahead of the time. So, you know, certain places or certain clubs are far in, you have to have your CD. So it was the helm of CD thing. But yeah, they took most of that, bro, and then that was kind of like, yo, you know what? Who's gonna get back all of that? You know what I mean? And build back the whole of that something there, and it's like, yo, you know what? And we just had a good tour and things looking up. You know what? Let's just go all out feet. You know what I mean? Sink or swim, starve or eat is like go feet. You know.
And were you guys disappointed, or you just figured this was a sign? Let's just go full forward with what we're doing right now and forget the sound business right now.
Bro, we're crushed. Mash up my G, you know what I mean? It's not like no, you know what I mean? Big up to Shawnee B. I hope him get back in stuff. I heard Shawnee B online the other day saying he lost some stuff, and it's like you can go get a laptop and go into the cloud and go pluck back something and get back your catalog. You can't get back them, the dub, the dog, them. We had like 4 or 5 the hard way. Elephant Man, Wayne Marshall, Assassin, Vybz Kartel, Bounty Killer. Or you get back that. You know what I say, my G? And it's like, in the days of them time, there's like, this is not even, they don't think it's like, okay, you have it on a DAT tape, but it's like, all right, you're going to cut back everything. And you don't even know where them DAT tapes are. And then if you go dig up that and do back the whole of the cutting, find all that money. Plate cutting was expensive them time, them G's, you know what I mean? We did cut back a couple plates, you know what I mean? It's not like we gave up totally either after that point, my brother. It's like, we did cut back a couple plates and try and play a few more, you know what I mean, events. You know what I mean? But we were limited because we were like people didn't know, but we just we had just a certain set of thing, and we just decided to say, yo, anyway, we'll go at that. And I mean, that also challenged us and made us hotter in our last year, to be honest with you, because we had to create jugglings and remixes and stuff out of stuff that we guaranteed nobody else would play. So we had to make sure we look out for some hot thing where it don't seem like the rest of them are play this or cut nothing on this, or we had to sing some original things so that nobody couldn't play it because we sing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? I would say to the viewers and the listeners that each challenge is an opportunity to improve, and grow.
You understand 100%. All right, because that seems like that's one of you guys' first disappointment in the business here, which was losing your music. You understand? So at this time, you guys had formed Young Legends at this time here now?
Yeah, man. Young Legends happened before we started fully as an artist. Young Legends was why we were selectors.
Mm-hmm. Because I know with some of your early productions on Young Legends, Sharon Burke, she was the executive producer. She was EP in some of you guys' music back then also.
Yeah, man. Rightfully so. I mean, at that time, we weren't known very much. Nobody would really take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she was just trying to do what she could do to add her clout.
Mm-hmm. And take it from there. Because
I'm all for that. Whoever showed interest, who I cheer for, who I cheer for, who I run with, who I run with.
You get it. What was your first taste of success when you guys started to produce something? Your first glimmer where you said, okay, this seems like it's working?
That would be the Friday the 13th rhythm. And it's, I realize Sean is a rhythm names and movies are similar. There's revamping. Sean is a dropped a rhythm name Friday the 13th, but that was actually the name of Leftside Esco first played rhythm that played out, got it was pressed properly, dancehall, that got forward and so forth, and we got actual names on it. We had Bounty Killer on it. Again, as me tell you, Killer that they lend the strength right through the journey. Mm-hmm. We had Calico, our own artist at the time, and we had a little song Leftside, a little combi at the time with Killer too. He was singing a little hook and thing. So, and that was actually getting Kartel. Them gave us a song too at the time because we actually had the first Kartel. Here we go on another tangent now, my bro. We actually had the first Kartel on 24-track tape.
Take your time and explain this to me, brother.
So, of course, being hot selectors at the time and aspiring producers, I drove. So frequently, if we forget the edge pan the rest of, uptown, we usually drive going at the garrison or some studio where some other selector now, them afraid to go, or, them now no link. Mm-hmm. So Jammies and them place there, of course, big up to Ward 21, big up to Baby G, Jam 2, John, the king himself, you know what I'm saying? From them time there, as schoolmates and as young youths who do the music, we have a good link with Jammies family from them time. Some people say I look like Trev, like that Baby G sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, the street like I say, he and I get confused sometimes, especially by Japanese. Big up to all Japanese, but anyway, so we used to go down those parts and thing, and while at the time Butler was introducing Kartel to everybody, we and Butler have a good linkage as the art selector, a cool man, and up to this day me and Butler still talk. So Butler did say, him have this artist and thing, and Killer they said to me, say, yo, give my strength, man, give my space on the tape. Cause them time that's how Killer get film breaking, and somebody said to him, say, give my space on the tape. So Killer was always the man who say, yo, Vice the young artist, man. So, we had a little tape at the time, and one of the few selectors we have any tape. Big up to Leftside too, because I think I want them father tape with Teeth. I think it was one of Mr. Park's tape with Teeth and Empty. Never really I use them still, but the youth thing. Mm-hmm. So, big up Mr. Parks too. And so we end up on that tape now and thing, and we try to read him now from tape days. So, You know, from tape days, we'd have a one rhythm and Cartel them. You know, nobody really their voice that no young artists are waste tape space. You understand? So, yeah, man. But at the end of the day, the DJ bad from them time. If I'm hearing the DJ the first time star, and you know what I mean? It was like, what the fuck is this? You understand? We need to play this. This not even, matter of fact, we need to produce this. So it's like, you know, as I said, we're trying to do original things that other sounds couldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
So we was like, all right, then we are gonna try with the artist here too, cause you know, it's like if you did blind, you could have said them man they bad. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, the G from them time the Cartel have this mad work ethic. Forget it, dog. It's a man with it. If you take taxi come from way up Portmore just to meet with our jammies, you understand? And we end up at some session did run over. You know, we're on a cloud, so we're outside. I wait a good little while. I was still there. We're going to voice it, and you know me. I said the song never come out. Dan Carleon at the end of it was Pussy Jar at the time. Yeah. I don't like me.
What did you say?
Me have the history say if I did Pussy Jar, say no, hang on. We had that on 24 track tape. And of course, you know, Dan Carleon, we recorded that. Big up to Dan, that we brought to. You know what I mean? Dan Carleon, we recorded. Because at the time, selector business was taking over more for us than production. Dan them was more making room in production world. They had a sound too at the time, Vendetta.
Vendetta, yeah.
Yeah, so them did have Vendetta first before the Vendetta. Now, as me say, things and times, you know, recycle and things. So we just work with it and things. But
So what did you do with that song?
We had it, and we at the time, you know, if you mix a song upon 24 track tape after you're done with it, and then to be honest, at the time, the DJ never have key or hook. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So even after we got the song, when we bring it back to our G and elders, we got a little mix on it, but it wasn't really on a competitive level. Probably no fault of his, probably fault of ours at the level, you know what I mean? But we just try with something we feel like was hot, and see, it seemed like we know what we did do, because see the man hot to this day. You understand? So we didn't get to do much with it. But through them linkage there, you know what I mean, we went around and played those songs, and you know, Marshall and those people were there.
Mm-hmm.
We and Marshall, them and them was there the night when we recorded him. So everybody got to see everybody got to see his talent on display. You understand? So from this and now, we make him Dan Carleon link and so forth and Rary, and then we know I get hot as selector, so it become that him voice the song for Dan, and then we get it on dub, because you know what I mean, we are not, like me and teacher good in my G, like alone good, me know have teacher. You understand? So from them time they didn't even give me a call to say, yo, watch you know. I know I want to voice the song first with me, you know, dog. I'm not gonna forget that. But here, you know, man, I give them the song, you know, car. The momentum, you understand? So we as a team say, of course, because we at a selector, we like glad to see the DJ out now, and them time the new millennium just I get hot. So you understand? Carl Can I just I get hot. So come now him go so and put Pussy Jar on the same rhythm as Carl Can I. Because we did a play Dan rhythm took our one network, so you know Dan have a rhythm, we have beat that, you understand? Plus we're in Marshall band, so we're actually playing the rhythms. We have to get back the samples from Dan, and so it was one big network, my G, at the time, you know what I'm saying? One big network and things. So we just kind of relinquished the song and just now say, yo, the DJ have a bus now in a film time, and we never really into production like that. Dan them was more seasoned and a more focused and a more ready production house. So, you know what I mean? And we all did a work with them too, because Dan give it crazy strength. You know what I say? So we did everything just flow natural, dog. That's the difference between them time they are now star. No man now will not hard ending to nothing. It's like, yo, yeah, me this year up now, make it happen, and every man just support it and get on board whichever way them can get on. Whether a man can knock a piano or knock a snare or knock a hi-hat or play the sound. If a man can travel with the select the artist, if a man can be up at the studio and hold a vibe with the artist, man can record it, dub them. It's like every man just fit in. No man now roll under the ego. Remember, you talk about in this time you talk about Dan Carleon, Daseka Serrani and David and Craig, Leftside Esco, Wayne Marshall, Vybz Kartel, Cool Face, Sam Diggy, you talk about whole heap more people from around the industry at them time they were linked with it to. You see me say from the Jeremy Hardins go right back around to everybody where we are linked with to. So Nigel Staff, Rough Cut, Drummy is like, you know me I say even Noel them Maban and Tommy there and Lenky and it's like in them time there was just like one music network, my G. It's like everywhere they go on the corner, it was like, yo, you ingratiated car, you support her, you make yourself useful in some way.
Mm-hmm. No, crazy. Just the fact that you were there, even if you guys didn't really understand to have the foresight what was going on, the fact that you were there to see all of this, that's crazy altogether, bro.
My bro, as we say, it's like doing this podcast is like the first time I've ever been asked to recollect this journey, and it's like it's even bringing a feeling of gratitude over me, bro. It's like as we talk, I'm like, whoa. Means that, you know what I mean? Means a walking history time capsule.
Trust me, I knew what I was doing when I reached out to you. I said, listen, if there's anybody that's going to know certain things, it's going to be this man here. You understand?
Man. Yes, man.
So you were even privileged to see the beginning of Alliance and all those stuff there. Tell me how that was.
I saw the beginning of Elephant Man, Harry Toddler, Ward 21, Bling Dog, Wayne Marshall, Vybz Kartel, Aidonia, Busy Signal, Scare Them, Monster Shock. We were the young selector them and the youth them at the time. So we were able to see them rise and start cutting them dub plate. We were cutting them dub plate before they made it. Then we started to cut them from there. So then we started to produce records when we grow up, play them. You know what I mean? We were there along the way too. So we saw many people's success while we were growing in the industry till we ended up becoming successful artists ourselves. Like, to talk about this crazy fam, because now that I think about it, it's like when I used to pull up at Arrow's front gate in a khaki and bleach and couldn't even get let in, fam. To see that, you know, we went in there back through that to meeting artists, advising them to blah, 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 to reach, to become an artist, bro. You know, it's really a crazy journey to be grateful for. And it's testament to people that, you know what I mean? It's like, don't shortchange your journey and, you know what I mean? And at the same time, go hard from day one in even at the littlest role, just punch and punch and punch and punch, bro. Because it's like you're breaking through and your being is soaking it up and your subconscious is soaking it up and you gain the skills and you gain the repetition and you see that the aura and the behavior. And you're that close to the element and the money, you know what I mean? That's what I would encourage anybody to do that, because it's like music is a thing where, and anything, any dream is like you decide on it, fam. Just believe in it, but just never lie to yourself. Make sure you're putting yourself in the right places. Make sure you see yourself around the right circles. Make sure you're close to where the success in that business they're there. Don't trick yourself about weight there and tell yourself say over in one corner. You know what I mean? You don't really live on nobody's yard. But at the same time, it's like, whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, man, play that and go hard in it, bro. Even if it's the smallest role you're playing now, just go hard and believe in the whole process and believe in growth and believe in the building to repetition. You understand? And that's what kind of work for me, fam, as we're there at talk right now.
Okay.
So, along the way of creating creative dub plates, Leftside could do voice impressions. And on the side, I used to try and host and interview people. So it's like another era where we were hustling at the time. Leftside was kind of like, you know, I'm used to, you know, like think about doing certain skits and comedy stuff and thing. I was trying to do maybe like acting and stuff like that. And then like I was, you know, I would interview people and like I would like to host. Like if we're playing the song, I would like to be the man to bring on the artists, them and all of them kind of things. So through that, we decided to do an interview where me have an interview him and him have to act like the artist. So we did it as a dub plate first, and it fuck up couple party, bro. Like serious notable fuck up, like to the point where we was like, You know, like seriously, like people who like this, like what the, you know what I mean? But like serious, so one of the party then Birch was at. Campion barbecue, I believe it was. And you know, as a Campion alumni, we go back now, forgot, turn up to school. And me and the dog play around first. You understand? Which was hats after him was film plan. You know, he was like, yo, you know what? To introduce the thing, we could do what we're known for do. Bust the place first, and then instead of playing this interview now this time, let's do it live. You understand? So him was the man who really was saying, you know, was having them idea that towards the transition to be an artist from. Because to be honest with you, I was comfortable being a selector.
So it's you didn't see past selecting or
I did because we saw it. We've been out, we see the reaction of our voice. You know what I'm saying? So you know that you're getting forward from your voice. You know that you're playing at multiple places that getting reaction in different diaspora. So you believe in that now, you know, say, all right, this proven, just like any other dub from any other song from any other artist. We see say that dub are proven. So at the time though, him being a singer and of course being way more exposed than me because him got on stage with him father.
Okay.
You understand? I remember I said dog a top drummer, you know. And the dog can sing too. So them time the dog you know what I mean, top drummer and race, him get stage experience live. Him way more you know what I mean, he was way more stage ready than I was. You know what I mean? I had to learn things from watching other selectors where I rate neatly. I had to watch Mataran, them, and as I said, Juxi, them, and Jazzy, them, and at the time, Dr. Dre, too. You understand? Me, I had to watch them people there and develop my own little career. You understand? And he's also a man on Renaissance named Oxtail. Him little brother named Rice and Peas. And my brother like that, like my schoolmate, my brother fight everything. Them is him no boy can this nobody around me. You understand that I row and Rice and Peas. So from school days we play ball and everything. So when me see Rice and Peas now, when Oxtail goes and say, yo, my little brother, do the thing, I'm gonna say Rice and Peas now. On the forefront of a big sound with the confidence, and me never know Rowaners no talk about man, a ball, and me know Rowaners. So when me see Rowaners do the thing now with a confidence, me relate the confidence and I say, okay, so it's that same football confidence then. It's that same ball field confidence. It's that same way we talk to the girls then. It's that same way we joke. And then I know the professional side that I was taught from Zachary in Arif. So with that professional MC now, and then that little schoolboy confidence where Rowan them come show me that it could be prevalent on the major level. It formed my thing now, and then now Leftside start to say, dog, yeah, get body now. You understand? So that's how now we start to can test, because it's like, bro, you know, we get so bad now, so the dog I say, yo, you move so confident, dog, if you spit now. You understand? I could do it. So I really draw me into that thing there, bro. If you know what I say at that time there. And the campaign show there is where I think Birch saw the interview song now. And it's like we couldn't even finish perform it to the friends in my brother. You know what I mean? We couldn't finish perform it to the frenzy. So it's like, right there, so now it was like, yo, we not go and good, you know. So I say, yo, my G, we know that time that we still a play. So I say, we know the new rhythm out in a thriller, you know, we'll give you a shot off right now, car. You understand? And that we did a use, because that was the hot rhythm. Galore, send it when we are, you think? Baby, them time the Maca Diamond make our rebirth. You understand? So, we know the hot rhythm, so we ask to jump on it, and so come we get on it now with that interview song then, and people start to term us now as selector/artist.
And that's what you guys wanted in the first place, because that's what you guys were trying towards. You were trying to do selecting and thinking, but now it just naturally came together.
Right. And what I will say we're trying to do is just buck every level that we got on. You know, that's what I really say we're trying to do. And things just, you know what I mean, what you see and what you soak up in your subconscious and what you see your family them do and the people you emulate, just kind of, tend to lead you in a direction if once your spirit resonates with it. And at the time, because we had tried buck every level, we were able to see a lot of things and choose what was spirit resonate with.
And through this journey here where you guys are just basically getting warm right now, is there any advice that Marcia Griffiths gave you in particular that you'll never forget and that you apply to the business that you're in?
Humble yourself, boy. Humble yourself. Always humble yourself. That is it, my G. You know what I mean? And she knows how to be a star in the element, so you know what she mean. When she say humble yourself, you know what I mean? And you see how she behaves, she's very gracious, regardless of the talent, regardless of her being crowned the queen of reggae. She's very gracious, very humble. It's not that she don't know her levels of her talent, but she also was teaching us how to transcend to people, Hype come with a lot of criticism. And, she was one of the persons who was like, always humble yourself. And, the family is really, we don't have no choice. Between my mother and sister Marcia, we don't have no choice but to be humble. And you know what I mean? So, yeah.
All right. You guys are firing now. You guys are on the thriller. You guys have your thing. What was your next move now after that came up now?
So, the timeline kind of mix up people because, you know what I mean? It's like muscle just kind of get in with unload all of this. So, around the thriller time is around the time when I'm telling you, so the box them get stolen. So you see how it's all kind of coming together. It's like we did a big selector circuit. We start getting creative with the dub plates. The dub plates start getting us more revere. You understand? Boom. We come back, box them stolen. Start to pre more creative ways now instead of replacing regular music out there upon the street. Build up these tactics, do some with the artists, do some with ourselves, and start to work for ourselves. Boom, we're doing some shows and playing same way. Birch discovered the song way. So now we're on the boiling point. And right here is where we decide now that, all right, we did the song from Birch Riddim. I'll try like a small video. And we are go feet, all out, guns out, no more playing. Me and the dog sit down in our car at night and say, yo, dog, what you say? No more playing. Because, you understand? We talk to Sharon and we talk to other people and they must say, yo, it can work, but if we want to be considered real artists, you kind of have to push out.
Yeah.
And then worse at the time, Jamaica and dancehall never really accepted versatility. There wasn't a marketing setup to market a selector who was singing. Likewise, the industry wasn't pleased with that conflict of interest at the time.
Either or either. You don't do both.
So that's why we didn't continue to be selectors at the time. Because even in the conversation that he and I had in the car, I was like, yo, I could still even just keep a couple things and take some prime date. Just not bother take no juggling date no more. Take some prime date. And he was like, yo, bro, Sharon them and everybody I say is like with them right. I'm just, of course, him being around film father, we know how to, do that money thing there and set certain things. So he must say, yo, in terms of price, you see me, artists charge different from selector, dog. So it's like, if we want to go into that price bracket there, we can't and say, yo, we are going to raise the same way and take so. So, I was like, yo, as the man who usually deal with most of the business and most of the, the logistics and the conversations. I was like, so bro, what we are going to do with money and business and we'll stop playing and make this weekly money? That's how we build pan man have the bills them and the thing, and he was like, yo, we have to just tug it out and do it, is it? And I was like, all right then. Based off of the forward of me see the night at camp and it's like, all right then. I could do it. So we did that for and then them said the darkest hours before the dawn.
You understand?
Well, I want to tell you, say we did swear, say from the show forward and the little song from Birch, they're going to just flow right into success. And is a fresh set of dues I have to pay now, bro. Because when we decide that we're going to stop playing the sound, a whole different set of challenges arise. You don't have the money like you usually have. You don't have the opportunity to play the music like you normally have. And then selector them turn pound with. I don't know if I've ever said this anywhere yet, but it's like, I never say it now. It's like when we the turn artist, dog, or some man who say them a friend, or some man who usually play alongside, or some man we know now to this day when we actually still talk to. When we just start and flick from selector and say, no man, not play the song, dog.
Why is that though?
Because at the time, I would say one, let me be fair at first, bro. Let me just say that selector thing is a competitive thing, and not because every man did smile and good. Probably a lot enough dance for some man, fuck up some party for some man, and them just know them have to give the respect. You come from uptown, you know, come from freedom place where we are. You see me, you come from uptown to when you lock the party over them because you think more street. Is like, you know, or you find the bad remix or, you know, something. Maybe a man never really fully like you. So when time you're gone over the next side now, you push out a man and say, hey, but now if you give the support now, you know, you're on top of the hill again. Then you have some straight up friends that would just never understand why they did it for me. It just seemed like a plain straight up, like, you know, like a jealousy, like, okay, you make it, and it's almost like them try to say, yo, if you never make it on your own, we wouldn't help you.
Got you.
That's ultimately so. And I mean, to be honest with you, without saying too much, me know personally that, you see me, Leftside took it personal too. At the time, we both took it personal, to be honest, but him did take it way more personal. You understand? And because of that, you understand, put us on another drive again, because at the end of the day, it was like, all right then. We used to be playing sound and everybody was acting all and now we stop playing sound and we have the thing them, and you see the people them like the thing them, because it's not like we stopped without knowing that the people liked us that way, you understand? We test it ourselves, we play it ourselves, brother, and sister can get a forward, we sing it ourselves. But when time we leave it back now and I say our friend them are gonna play it, that's how we ended up doing one extra dream weekend than we're supposed to, you know.
Okay, so you actually almost came out of quote unquote retirement just to go back and play.
Right, so that means things drop a ground now, dark hour before the dawn. And you understand, nobody not play the thing them to the point where we had to take back a couple party just to go play them. When we had Tuck in Your Belly was out probably from about the beginning of the year and got hot that summer. We still had to do Dream Weekend, you know. I mean ATI, you know. Because even though Throw Back Giggy was hot, is Big A, Irie FM, Sunshine, DJ Wayne, those people made us know that the song was really hot and the juggling was really hot. In a town, Stone Love alone would have juggled the rhythm. In the earlies. I talk about the earlies. I not talk about everybody gave it a strength. I not carding off nobody, but I talk about who stayed true when we turned from selector to Ray. And where we saw the success coming. So when we went to country, that 2005 is when we realized that we had a hot song, but we were still there to try and get the forward and get the people them and succumb. Leftside goes on now with the ATI song and start the voice imitation thing and goes, all right, since we have the voice imitation and Ray, and the boy them are going to let them know I'm playing the song. All right, one more creative thing now. So we got tear down the party them and make them know say we sing song too. But he had to play his own song. Yeah, cause I don't know if we sing. I think we performed or something. We might have performed and the performance never go so well and we decided to play back. Or we know like we're doing the same formula, playing and then singing a couple songs. And we had that creative song. And to be honest, even that year, man was trying not to even make us play properly too. Like the man didn't want to hold me out and not make us play. I don't remember who was on that party. And we ended up getting 5 minutes in the last and say, we're going to play 2 songs and then perform, and the dog play him thing and it get a forward. And then now when we did that country here now, we realized the Rat in Tucky in the belly of the hot song.
Was that the first song to really kick off on the rhythm, or what was the first song to really kick off Throw Back Giggy?
All right. This podcast going to end up be a whole lot of big ups, man, because it's like, as I said, I never really recollect all of this in one conversation. So, me have to big up Kartel, fam. Because at the time now when, you know, we contributed to the dog thing in the earlys, and, you know, the first big forward Kartel here from a dub plate was Mascam. Leftside Esco play Shot in a Belly. That is Sweet to the Belly. Remember, say Sweet to the Belly is like Kartel third that song also. So we had Shot in a Belly first. And we had got it on the Friday the 13th rhythm, because, you know, we got to try to fuse rhythm with dub plates and make a thing original. So we got it on the Friday 13th rhythm. And Friday 13th, when we played, used to get some blood clot forward, brother. And the Calico was, I said, we are real top from Bumbo Clot when, and then you had the Kartel that come say, Shot in a belly, bad man bust it like Machine Gun Kelly. We actually asked Kartel flip Sweet to the Belly. And I saw come Shot in a Belly become a song. Sealer. You see me, bro? So, watch it. Can't stop seeing. So, as I said to you, when we now decide to be artists full time and producers, and the thing kind of slow up on we now, teacher, they still give you a link, you know. We have a studio for Jack Sill. One away and private, and the dog. At the time, I don't know if a little Adi or whichever one Adi youth name Adi Jaim. Used to go to school up on the hill uptown. So, you know, the dog would have go drop him youth and thing, and then they don't know the man they deal with thing different. So the man they reach at your foot at 6:30 a.m., 7 a.m. 6-pack of Heineken and a big grand bag, you know what I mean?
Ready to go.
Yeah, because the man they got chop off all 120 dub plate and all a 3 song before 12 o'clock. So the man they used to up there now as a G in a film at time now. I give you back a strength in a voice at our place privately and thing, and through that, when me and Leftside now they're in our downtime and we are trying to think, oh, forget the road now, you know, we did a whole creative thinking that we use through something, and we are saying, well, we can drop on the production world now. And we are saying, all right. When we used to play old school, get a rotted forward, but no new producers now put out nothing old school. The man man go on like say I never we did all this originally pre-back this whole settings, you know, because the man them will come with these old school rhythms after and after and after, you know. You know what I mean? No one at the time was looking to put out back nothing old school or rebuild it. So here we come now. I decided to we're gonna slap over back Giggy Coca-Cola back in shape, you know. When we do that now, the man we used to link with the regular, most regular, and give you the strength, and the man we used to give everybody the strength and vice quick. Come the morning after it bill, which is Kartel, you understand? So when he reach in the morning and thing now, me and Leftside now, whenever they sleep, we stay up and I build the rhythm and a whole vibes. So when teacher reach now, the dog go sleep at the Leftside now, and Kartel say, yo, what is Coca-Cola back of shape? A lie. Open a track. Open 2 track and 2 double. You see me? Boom. Dog jump up on the rhythm first. I don't see tight pussy, girl, them run the place. Procote, you know what I say? No time. So from them time they know, the dog warm in the road. Well warm, hot in the road. You understand? So from the dog goes and grace it now. Boom, left side wake me to the voice now. Be a vibes and reality. Blue Kartel called Marshall and said, no, Esco them have the thing. You know what I say? But left side and Ellie now have a good link from morning. So this is where with the tangent we swing again. In the earlies now, me used to carry left side now. In other words, when me and him that was the road now, one of the ways in which he used to, help me along, separate from the selector money is like, through me drive now, with a roll with him, and through more I learn how to produce, with a roll with him go studio. You see me, so the dog, well, that's make me pick him up now, for the right image and thing, and we drive, go around there in 11, and we pull up a studio, and if the dog make a food, him would have thumped me a food. You see me, I say, on the thing, or you see me, I say, yeah, we should, alright, same way now, but that's out of kindness, is it?
For sure.
So, end of the day now, we used to carry the dog, and the dog ended up building rhythms for Scatter at the Blaze Up the Chalwa. Left side, we look first, like the first 3 rhythms for Kings of Kings, them. Martial arts, the whole of them, dog.
All of those rhythms there?
Yeah. Them not dead, man, and me and the dog at that time, man. Now for Aidonia the G Glory. And then the day, what happened, me get me, I say, so it's like, them time the music I carry the dog when I left my Scatter studio, them I would there Scatter studio for hours and the man I tweak this and tweak that or fix this and fix that. And they used to come and, you see me, we go run a file and a drum machine off a floppy disk. Yeah, man, I said, bro. So, we used to carry the man through them little time now, so come Ellie them realize the dog talent now. You see me, and then of course we have played the dub plate them and thing them, so the man them go so now and buck and realize, I think that the selector them this now I come with the rhythm. You see me, and I be reading them and things. So from them time, we have a close linkage. That's how we began to get all of these exclusive dub plates from the man them, because they must see us in many facets. Selectors, get counting, do some different thing. After you select, go write some song with some artists. Go produce, if you can't produce, go engineer that. Go give some idea. Go conquer the business from many angles. It will help you to get dub plate and ratings and higher pricing on the street. Because we never really need money pull up neither, bro. Yeah. To how we surround the business and a play, is it? So, you know what I mean? I must encourage every man still. There's many ways to get there, bro. And if you really get broad in your craft and the bare things, it can only bring more respect. So, coming back around now with the story of the tangent. So basically those things made us get the respect from Elephant Man and so forth. I think Left Side biggest deal was from Ponder River at the time too, because one of the times we used to, one of the studios who brought them to was done to for fix up the whole Ponder River project and reality. And got a good food for that. That helped us to start too as well. So from that network, you see how music that work different them time there, bro.
Crazy, boss.
It's like every man a share the thing and every man a try put on a man, every man a call every man for try play on this. If a man need to fix a drum, him call a virgin, if he need to fix a rate. You understand? And then when the thing blow big, every man comes to wipe on the blow. But you know what I mean? It's like when the thing grow big, it's like every man willing to break off piece or no say, alright, then we are, you know what I mean? There's so much pie that every man was able to get things and start them entity in some different areas. So coming back around, the relationship was and the vibes with LED done built from sound days, come to now production days. You understand? So when we now do own production, after we get Kartel now, left side called Ellie. And then we get Ellie song. Gotta play hard to know if you don't try, but so from we get them to the now, you understand? As selector, we know say we gone. Or we think say we gone at the time, you understand? So from there now we just start craft it like a selector project, you know what I mean? As you say, Kartel it called Marshall, we are Marshall well good, so we didn't know say Marshall for jump on it. So me did love the PM Dan. Is it my turn? Wish you lying there. You know what I mean? So we love the PM Dan and thing so. Comes a boom and couple times me and Marcia listen to PM and Marcia say you have theme song too. So when the giggy came around, you see me? it's like when me check him done a thing when me I think, you understand? So I say, yo, at the PM dad in the way, I say, I mean, book bop, so we clap that now. And then from this and now, this is before Marshall and Tommy Chin were even together, they weren't in a relationship at the time. But Tommy Chin them was, I believe, on the session. Mm-hmm. And from this and now, we decided, say, you know, we need the girl. But because Marshall them done us in the PM down, we couldn't use Marshall and Tommy at the time. Mm-hmm. So, we did look for another artist, but me did rate busy. Me rate busy signal, you get me I say? At the time, Leftside did have a problem with busy signal because in the call we naming our song. Mm-hmm. I said, we're really better than we sang them, you know what I say? But at the time, only song we had was an interview. And, you know, Friday the 13th and them rhythm there, and of course, Leftside was building some bad rhythm too. And the boy busy didn't know. You understand, sir?
So essentially, he was right.
I would say so. You get me? So that's why I never really take it serious, because you don't know, first of all, it's not no great disrespect. You can only be disrespected if you feel disrespected in a fan. Mm-hmm. A man could have do whatever he want to do. There's only if you feel disrespected. So at them time, they never really feel disrespected by it. And because, you know, well, to be fair to Craig did a build more of the rhythm then. Mm-hmm. So maybe, you know, he probably take it more to art. Mm-hmm. But it was a compliment to him. He must say, yo, the rhythm them better than the song them and him build the rhythm them. So that was kind of my mentality on it. We never talk, but I was like, all right then, bro. He must say, well, you know, this rhythm better than the song them, but I understand him at this the group. Mm-hmm. But that's also the nature of the dancehall. Sometimes some people do some quirky song. You see me? Elephant did the song, we say, one to the fat one, then, you know, the truth I got hurt them in award 21. And, you know, some little thing, them thing they are fun and games in the music, man. If you know your reputation to live past that, them thing they actually make you popular too.
For sure.
In some cases. So I never really saw it no way, but the dog did see it away. So we did suggest busy, but he must say, yo, you know, we have to straighten out the thing first. But to be fair to him, he never said no or nothing. He just said, dog, you know, kind of rate the man too. He was just like, dog, you know, rate them artists, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know, we go studio with them man there and them after them rate we and we actually love them talent too. And him go do a song, because I really never know about the song. It's Leftside tell about the song and I say, oh, but then when we do the match for it, I was like, yo, no, nothing major, bro. So he was like, yeah, bro, but why the fuck him have a call for with name? It's like, you know what I mean? We're not even a clash of artists on the and then no, like, no, we want to work with the man and we have to think about that. Mm-hmm. So me say, yo, no watch nothing down. Me call the man look, you see me, I say, dog look like him cool and everything, and that look like a more jovialness in the music, you see me? So we end up call the dog now, you see me, and the dog was basically say the same thing. I say, yo, Jano, no disrespect me by that fam, you know, I dance all that, man. You see me? Ray and so forth and so on. So right then and there, we say, yo, you know what? For real, bro, squash that and keep the musical vibe going. Mm-hmm. Come jump on that thing with Tommy Chin, you see me? It's just because, all because of you. And then, you know, the dog jump in and say, theme part. And then we just take time and load the rhythm with some key people who were always, you know, they did it at the time. Fambo, they did it to know where, you know, his career wasn't really on nothing at the time. Mm-hmm. From the days of the early days, you know what I mean? And we thought that your veterans were underappreciated too. I don't know, and them things that we know, so them that kick over people in a clash and killer sound. Mm-hmm. We are selected, no, so it a kick over some place. So, while them man they on the block and we there are some young youth, them probably pre like we not pre them, but you know, we know so the thing have some weight, because we out there and see the real clash them and the real down in a box dance and know say the Japan and we travel to and we know so the thing them out there. So we just started getting creative with everybody around them, G. And at the time, you know, Fambo them wasn't doing no recording at all. You get me as G? Come and talk it like it is. The dog was there and he was just like the ultimate glue person, the ultimate network person. Fambo could get anybody to come at the studio. He could have there when anybody there. They are the most politically unaffiliated artists me know. So, because we are not politically affiliated, because Leftside Esco, we never ever did pick any side, none at all. We just work with who we are working with and we was willing to work with anybody. So Fambo could always hang out and Fambo used to always there and toast with the artist them that would forward and run joke, and him always used to use this Italian accent, Minchi. I tell the truth even when I lie. The Fettuccine Alfredo, raise some motherfucker. Crack up the whole studio, and the man laugh, roll, drop. You know what I'm saying? Music make them way to, bro. It's like the things that will make you laugh and taste. So the dog used to, everything when he used to say a thing, he used to say, yo, forget about it. You see me, so me start telling him, I said, dog, you have to use that now song, and I want to hear dog. A girl I said she out there and you forget about it. I said she full of more glue. You get what I said, cow, them time they were creative and, I build the thing them and and it work out. Me on Leftside we end up craft it up with him and thing and him throwing him uniqueness and him creativity to the whole thing, and we just start voice the people them around we and thing, and then by the time we put out the first maybe 6 or 7, bro. It's like them time they really did have enough people. So unlike now, I really with little bit of numbers look like it flop. Like nobody now want to voice it. You understand? So then me and the dog say, yo, we have to make up the numbers. We need some more song, dog. At the time to VP now license nothing, I don't know, 6 or 7 songs. You have to have an album worth of song. 12 and up. So we start to say we have to fill out the roster now, my G, and so come we decide to say we're going to put ourselves on it.
Okay, so you guys originally, that wasn't the intention to put you guys self on the rhythm?
Not really, because, all right, young hot selectors playing the current shit and the new stuff and we have these crazy dub plates using our voice quirky and doing some shit. We were trying to do some more modern thing. Our old throwback rhythm, it was creative and thing, but we never really saw the angle at first.
Got you.
When we decided, say, yo, you know what I mean? We're just thinking, all right, we're going to show them so we have bad producer and use the big artists. Because I remember the time, somewhat the module was, all right, Leftside Esco, them know all getting them at as selector. Them choose selector thing over production and them get at. Dan Carlio, them choose production over selecting and them get at. So when we put down selecting now, the module was to get at with a rhythm. Blacks at with a rhythm, Dan at with a rhythm, Jeremy at with rhythm, Dave at with rhythm. You understand? So we were just thinking to get a hot rhythm out. The creativity brought us to the Throw Back Giggy. And then we never really know if we ever drop no song on it, because you know what I mean? We were looking for a song to possibly flip. Like how, Kartel flip something, Marshall flip something, Tommy flip something. At the Uncle time, Elephant and Fambo was the Uncle 2 song when they built original. So in trying to build a few song now, of course, we are get Kartel and Elephant now, so our friend circle excited. So and word I get round, radio man, everybody I realize say, yo, Esco, them I get Kartel and them I get Elephant and them I get Ray. Come like them a build back the buzz. Can't let go them yet. Fuck them a build back the buzz now. Okay, we let them go a little way, but them a build it up back a little way now. So people start visit back the studio now, the girls them start log on back and boom, we did their toast now, and a singer we usually work with named Kit Kamar Flavor Unit there and him and a girl catch up and them and this them one and a hard, So we did there try blame it off, me and Leftside are more jovial, me and laugh and Leftside more comedic. So we run some joke in the mix of it to try blame them off, So it finally turned into some laughing and some joke, and then at the end of the day, a man has to tell a girl, say, yo, I want to your girl, but you feel like you can this man, tuck in your shirt, tuck in your belly, man, tuck in them place, tuck in your side. You get me, I say? So, you got the whole studio pop up this and one thing, and just like everything else, fun and vibe, the Fambo, everything else, people laugh or people will have vibe or something that sounds really clever. We just decided to say, we're going to try to build the song off of that. You know what I mean? And start with the intro. And then never really know if we go, because you don't know, we just want to lay the vibe of the night at the joke and the thing. And then when everybody done now and cut out me and the dog, just lock in now and decide what we are gonna do and what we are gonna put on. Start listening to some older song and some vibes from a collection and soning back to the era now and so comes we decide say, them tonality that was missing, that high pitch thing there. Vegas did bust with it and stop use it. At the time Vegas and Lexus them never did do nothing. It's like the whole Bounty Killer and Lexus thing and Bounty Killer and Vegas thing and all them things that did go on and the fans them pick side and man, you see me I say get dejected and whatever the case may be, you see. So we decided to say that missing. And some of the time then we didn't want, be honest with you, we didn't want Ward 21 do couple dub and I don't know at the time the man them there was beginning riffs in a Fidem group. So we couldn't get the man them to do the dub them the way. So me they start do the creative baritone thing them where we are right instead of Suku. Cause Suku we really want to do them as selector, you understand? That's how me end up start to train my baritone cause it's like I have a deep voice but when we can't get certain man them to do the dub them and we get frustrated, we just start pattern it and do it ourselves, So deciding now to do the song, we find the tone now and we say, the high tone there and we on left side, find it the hook because he's good at finding them hooks, I say that dog can find the hook them. So find the hook now one thing and we say, this stuff bro, this like, a real old school style you find no one thing. So the dog I say, I want to see my Maria DJ earlier, if you jump in now, that low tone thing they will always have the dog, you can do it very I say, kind of to be fair to the dog, in them early days, the dog always encourage. Try the thing, man. Do the thing, you can do it, my G, man. So, end up now, decide and say, alright, I try build my verse now, one thing now. The dog go inside now, I did them light up a little spliff and dead in one. A 4 flicking on my head right away start, because it's a selector 4. It's not hard to build, it's a selector. And if I toast the girl, you understand? So, people might understand it now when I say it, why, shit, it's not really, So, I demystify it for the fans a little bit. So, in a selector, I say, yo, I want some girl belly back over like shirt. All of the girls ever know say belly flat screen, right? Like a selector. So, I say, yo, some girl belly back over like shirt, you understand? And then now, you're not a selector, so you have to rhyme it. You can't just chat, say, yo, bag over like shirt. One bag of flap, them need some ab. Because you give them now the dissing. The selector styling where you da toast to the girl, them, but you rhyme it up. Big butt and big gut, girl, that now work. You understand? Boom now. When the dog come out and my DJ that the man start laugh. The man say, yo, woman, I hate you, youth. Dog. But you have to say that. I say, So we want the girl to hate me for him. I say, no, dog, you know, so come on, music, you have to mash can, so the thing goes sometimes the people don't like when you mash the can. So I say, yeah, but we can't do that, dog. Look on me, a decent looking boy, you see me? And he must say, yeah, for real, dog, we don't want to go out there, remember, say the 2 away, you know what I mean? We are trying to appeal to the ladies, them, so we don't want to kill them off, so he must say, all right, the next 4, try and make it more uplifting, So, let's go back into the rhyme box and say, if you take care of yourself, girl, do what you want. Yeah, but I didn't mystify it, because when you think about it now, you say, okay, yeah.
It makes total sense of what you're saying. It makes
total sense, fam. It makes total sense from flow, from what you've been soaking up, from the time you spent on the training field, from what your subconscious been soaking up around everybody, what you've been doing, the time, the energy, the mic time, the stage shows, everything, It all comes together in the moment when you look it, bro. That's why chance favor the prepared. You see me, bro? So, anyway, we start building the next positive part now. Until, you see me? And I say we need a punch. So, one of my favorite parts of Sky Juice performance is when him goes to Blue Man. And do the theme thing.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of the performance, but I tell you, said, in the days, dog, as selector, me and the dog used to crack the fuck up. Yo, cause You know it, bro. You're a younger youth. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Not try this to general. Elder that I'm rating and him coming at the video too, and you see me I say, and him give his strength and to this day, you know what I mean? At the G that, at the elder, the legend that, you know me I say? But when you are the young selector them and you are do the thing them for actually bust the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You have craft dub and you have craft this and read that, and a man that comes and play 2 songs and say, and lock the whole place for your dog. You get me I say?
Yeah.
It's you're not bad minded, so you have to just kind of laugh as a tug and I say, Buckler, big belly man, tough. You see what I say? Because before me know who Sky Juice was, me didn't know him performance.
For sure.
You know, so it was a legendary thing for me. So me go and say, no girl, 2 years me. Want bring an action to the girl them now, but I say, yo, no girl no want walk out like how Sky Juice looking at. You see me? But I couldn't find a way to say it to me. I said, dog, I want to say walk out because you know look like Sky Juice and dog I say, yo, no, you see me? Can't do say that car. You see me? Because at the same time we rate and respect Sky Juice. You see me? I say, so we are trying to fit it in a way where it now be too So you see me? And the dog I say, yo, but if I say something else, man, I say, all right, walk out, Sky Juice, I know your daddy. I say, all right, then, if you know, only girl with a favor Sky Juice, I must him daughter. You get me, I say? That's a college kid coming out when we are right now, you know, brother. Because I did them, I say, all right, then. I don't want to say he look like Sky Juice, but how would I say a girl look like Sky Juice without say that? I must him daughter, then. You see me, sir? Boom, I'm dropping that now. If I'm dropping that now, couple more, 1 or 2 people did that. Because by them time, they me and the dog I build it now. The following day, people reach and thing. And when we drop that Sky Juice line, then now the place start pop again. So I say, all right then.
You catch them.
Bam. No catch them just. And that never say, we don't have no clue, bro. To me, this is still foolishness, you know, because me feel like I spit bad lyrics like Kartel and Sasko. Remember, all right, here we go on another tangent. Remember when we were at Selector? Play as DJ for a couple of the man them when them travel on the road in the Caribbean and we go up on a tour with Marshall, Sassin and Kartel, you know.
Okay.
About 6 show or 7 show around the Caribbean, I believe. Antigua, couple of Barbados, one St. Vincent and the Grenada. Okay, yeah. I don't want to misquote, but in other words, we go up on a tour with the man them. And me end up be the DJ we play the music, the man thing, dog. And Sassin, Marshall and Kartel at tour, bro. I mean, I tell you, say, dog, I want the best tour them ever go on. The intellectual level of them artists, there, bro, is one of the things them I realize. Because a college man was smart now, man. This makes for me too. Because them boys are smart, dog. Right? From the entire trip we are rhyming. You can't talk on the entire trip unless you're rhyming. So no man couldn't say nothing unless it's in a rhyme. And if you, I mean, it sounds hard to do, but it wasn't like rhyme every word. You just had to find a rhyme or a double syllable rhyme somewhere along the sentence to blend with the sentence that the man just said. You couldn't just say, so if me there and say, Muscle, you know, we're there up on the podcast. You can't say about nothing unless you can say, hey, Esco, you know, say, all we are going is a bad cast. You get me I say, and then Kartel would have say, yeah, man, it's like, this coming like blessing with God cast. You know what I say? And then Sasko would have say, yo, you see me I say? And that's true, you see me I say, I change now from a bad pass. And the next Marshall would have say, yo, God knows, yo, give this cliff a bad pass. And a man pass the spliff and it just so we have to talk on the thing in the dark. Otherwise, when you talk, every man stays silent. So it's like a game we play the entire tour and them thing they just build my rhyme bank and build my thing them. So at the time when we are sing Tucky in your belly, bro, when me I travel with them kind of artists, I see the career with them have. And that me, they think me should have sing. You see me? That's all would I even come to tell the viewers and the listeners them say at the time when the song bust, I don't even think I was entirely ready as an artist.
Because you were trying to overthink what you were trying to do in the first place. Yeah,
you're coming from a selector standpoint and you know the forward we used to get. You know, the harshness, the badness, the various angles used to dig out the forward from, you know, what the crowd enjoys, you know, where the hardcore forward there, where the girls forward there, where the lovers forward there, you know, what work more, you know, what rank more, you know, what promoters book you for more. So when you, you become an artist now, you at first, you know what I mean, we're so young, it's like, you don't know that, you know, that's something that kind of has to become you, or that's something that have to choose you, in a sense, via either the way you look, Steeler, where you come from. You see how you look where you come from, you know what I say? The kind of company you keep, or if you even be able to make the people then believe what you're saying. So at them time that we just feel like, all right then, I just way I come sing with tough and bad people I gotta just work with, but it, you know, wasn't necessarily so, but we didn't know that. So we were trying to maybe sing some hotter thing or some tougher thing or some hardcore lyrics and things. So when that did done, it felt good. We laughed at it, but that's what we kind of did. You know, we kind of just laugh and be like, okay, that's fun. So people probably juggle this, you know. A couple man will probably juggle this when they more, you know, the girl segment, when they more, you know, pick at the girls, just like what we were actually trying to do. You know what I said? Maybe some man will juggle it, bro. But then it became this whole other thing.
So in you guys' mind, it was a good song, but you almost seen it as a filler to fill out the rhythm type of thing?
That's exactly what it was. There was no doing this, yo, this body, yo, this I gotta take the place. Yo, the maddest thing, this, yo, dog, yo, me J, yo, Charge Ray, yo, dog, can't wait for hear this juggle on the radio, Ray, yo, blah, blah, blah. You understand? We had harder songs, we thought. We had, I mean, when we did, I mean, it proved, cause I mean, some songs will end up come back, come revise, and then go on good, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we had harder core stuff, we thought, at the time.
That's wild. Talking about that rhythm there, this is one artist that you guys didn't really work with a lot, but on that rhythm, it was big. Buju, how did you guys get Buju on that rhythm at that time there too?
Well, Buju, no, is somebody I met through Sister Marcia from early. You know, Buju was one of the man them we make feel like one DJ too. You know, when I actually see Buju a foreign, cause you know, in the early days, a DJ was kind of stereotyped. Mm-hmm. So when I book Buju a foreign now with Sister Marcia in Miami and I do the thing, I say, wait, I like DJ and them thing that they're foreign and look so and rich and black man and tug out same way, Versace glasses and the things them man, you see? So I say, all right then, can do, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, I always have a little relationship from them time there and Donovan, you know, being Sister Marcia them around them, you know, we know Donovan, Jermaine and things. So when we were doing the Giggy project now, and it started to play on radio now. This is the initial part now. So, Leftside fly out because when we remember, let me tell you, when we had to Giggy Riddim, we're under beer pressure, you know, bro. Mm-hmm. This is what we're doing to rebuild ourselves. This is how we shot. We are say, we are trying to shoot back off of the road because them are going like them want to go around with you, we stop, spin. Mm-hmm. So, Leftside fly out now for go deal with some business and thing, green card business and stuff. And me they are yard now, and you know we put out the rhythm and thing, but as we say, it face the little resistance here and there. Man, they not get the full strength, but you can't tell them they on it and you don't know. I read them now really left it. So it I get the little play and the play. And of course, them time there, because we were at selector, our rhythm would have fly fast through the industry. So it playing on the air, and it get played. But to the music industry, it's like, bomba clot, the selector, them put out the rhythm now. And it a play on the radio, now the man go on the next step, because you have to think about a time when no selector have no rhythm in the G. Mm-hmm. You understand? No selector have no rhythm. Renaissance, the sound of a rhythm. Mm-hmm. But no selector have no rhythm.
True.
So it's like, okay, and then no selector, even Renaissance them not build them rhythm, brother. They are good producers and arrangers, but them call in the musicians.
Got you.
You see me? Them call in the factors and the surroundings and the rays and the tays and the tays and then make them thing and then them gather. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually Renaissance need to start produce again, to be honest. But so when we come with that now, it fly through the industry and it play now, and of course nobody don't know what the success level is at, but there's Kartel, there's Ellie. It's the first time nobody has slapped back no old rhythm in a while. And some big guns are played. You know, the people them were really ready to selector. Because I know DJ Wayne them from them, they are Digitech and is a Liquid and thing. We can go on next tangent with that now, bro. It's like on the early playout days, but Liquid them and DJ Wayne them from playout and learn from them, and them was the bad people them in a mobile, you know what I mean? The body, you know, say we're not necessarily full garrison, them was right in the middle where we them uptown garrison everywhere. So we know them longer time and thing, and used to listen them when them go turn Bones Master Win and lip up on 102 and tape them with cassette and thing. You see me? So upon meeting the man them back in a sound thing up a Dan Carleone and thing, when you know the whole me used to tell the G them thing, they understand, say, you know, bro, a long time it a forward from, you see me, from them days they were watching thing and pray. So them man always give you a strength. Like we're like the same kind of dudes, you know. See Liquid come and sing now to one thing and find success in it. So we're all the same kind of dudes, you know. Wayne produced one heap of big rhythm and bro. So them man there was the man them was just giving it the raw strength and just not care. So Buju, here now. I asked Bulby, big up to Bulby, calling Bulby next general. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, bro. You know, as a young youth in music, you can't come in and hold no harder in a fun. You can't come in and one of the legends and the greats and the thing. It's just making your journey harder. It's just making your journey shorter too, because your longevity lies in the people who respect you and gonna keep you alive to fam. You can't keep yourself alive in your own mind, you know. And feel like you're gonna popularize. People gotta keep you alive and rate you and speak highly of you for your thing to carry on. So Bulby now, thank God we don't live bad with nobody. Bulby in the studio with Buju, when of course them they're on a Carlisle and the thing a beat out. Every man listen DJ Win and the dog a juggle the rhythm. And you know, cause you know, killer them say Kartel, so DJ Win from them time they say Kartel too. Ellie them the whole thing, Alliance, Ray, so the whole thing I take time from one network and the selector them will rate to push out the rhythm full strength, bloop it a beat it a pull up, people are getting it on them head. So Buju call now and said, ask Bulby in the yard now and said, Bulby, who this? Put out the rhythm here. They don't know say I'm the first man, the vice man rhythm. Matter of fact, I mean, tell the man him say this to come out because the man did have Giggy Riddim as an idiot rhythm in the studio. And me tell him say I want vice for it and put it out. So all the man for slap over the rhythm and call me. So Bulby now call me up and I say, yo, I have an artist here will say, I them first vice from Giggy and you know vice them. Thank God me never hype my brother. So one of the time in my mind, you know, I tell the truth, I tell the honest recollection. In my mind, I'm a young mind. I don't have Kartel and Ellie them and some man, you know. And here we know, a couple of the older artists them do me something which I don't know what I should call them. Probably not call them still. But some man at the time who we never have no link with an array, just because we are a new entity and they DJ when someone a play, them just come so bloop and voice and send file. Never ask them, never read, never nothing, never read. They might never let us strength in that day in them life. They never give you a dub plate, they never give you a jingle. And them send the file. See? Never discard them files still. You see me I say? But I'm just try to show you my G. So anyway, lo and behold, I take the phone from Bulby and my mind, he said to me, say, yo, I'm going to say, Bulby, can't bother with no more old artists who are going to come try to force on the juggling now, you know. Especially because, you know, them time that the bigger artists never used to give strength as Ray. You see me, I really kill them and then more after so Kartel them really changed that whole strength thing there, you know. There's no say, yo, that I want you have to strengthen the youth, them with better feel. So, I nearly go on the phone with the attitude them, bro, like, yo, we can't manage, but I'm going to stay silent, you know, which, more while as them said, listen and observe first. So I did listen first until me hear the man come up on the phone and say, is which young youth have the audacity to slap over the Giggy Riddim and didn't voice the original artist that made the rhythm a hit? Do you know I can sue you and take away your rights, son? So, right then and there, you know, the intelligence and the voice, you know, say, he's not a normal person, but I never really spoke to Buju on the phone. So, you know, you hear a voice, it could have been Mega Banton, it could have been various people, it could have been a man or a track. We, you know, left side of the voice thing all the while. Be a man, the voice, you might wonder, you know. I respond now as, you know, as a young uptown youth, I say, with whom am I speaking, sir? Man said, this is one Mark Mary, aka Buju Banton. You don't know this voice? This is the world voice. Listen to me, sir. You're going to find yourself around to the Carlisle studio right now with the rhythm. All right? And also, if you're a good producer, bring a couple more rhythms to submit to the club. And that's the exact man said to me, dog. The conversation stuck in my mind like yesterday, brother.
I knew when I reached out to you, it was going to be a good conversation, but I had no idea. None. It was going to be like this.
Dog, I tell you, G, it's like, you know, it's a blessing, and you know, I mean, the time that's passed and the things that we do is really, you know, it's amazing for real, fam. Like this recollection still have mean awesome. So Buju called, you know, and sent me for come on the left side is our way. So come so boom, I'm flicking at the car and go around there and all the vibes with him and Bulby and thing, and of course Buju there and him and do him thing, you know. I haven't heard from Buju in a while. People them say alone one drop him and do a dance in a while. So Bulby there and I hype him and I say, DJ, you know, a dance hall, you gotta give them now in a year. Think them this now in a J, I kick you out, you see rhythm hot, watch when you touch it up, blaze, you gotta blaze it now, bloop, 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 bloop. DJ start something now and thing and very reggae-esque, you know, very melodious and blap. So, you know, give Bulby a little elbow. Bulby, you know, the general say, you know? Tell the general say, you don't know, dog, you know? New thing, man. You see me, new thing, dog, you see me? Because you don't know, you can't jump up now. We're going to jump up in a Buju there when him a vibe, when the man a vibe, the big, till Shiloh, Grammy voice or whatever. And you go jump up, but no, Dada, you don't like that. You understand? So I just give Bulby the elbow and say, Bulby, come on, man, you know, take the G set, the young youth, them thing, and even though I throw back with him, want something fresh and thing, a gal's thing or a gal thing or something. So, Bulby I say, yo, Buju, you know what? You some young youth thing, man. But the youth them no hear that Buju, man. Come on, Buju, man. Remember now in the left side of Esco, this is the youth are hot selector now and them have reading now in so. Come on, give me something, man. Give me a this thing, man. Freestyle, so matter of fact. All that days Buju will want, man. Me have a record and Bulby go around in the blood clot mixing board you. I say, come, me a record. All time Buju style. Freestyle. Let's go into the mic and just freestyle. God bless Bulby.
Bro.
So Buju go around now in a theme booth and understand. Lego something. And Lego something and me him like him a flow something. No, the girls them ready him go so over me. Oh, I'm going to grab Bulby. I said, Bulby. Save that. You see me? And Bulby said, do the school, let's come, man. I can't stop and save nothing. You want the DJ, I have to just record everything, but it did it. So I didn't know him go over the whole thing and him floating thing now and look more in the flow and go so. My baby man, I said, me too bad. Bulby goes so, I race forward now and him come around now for listen and thing and we pick out from it and him say, yo, start with baby man, I said, me too bad. And I said, Dada, no, please. Just trust me. Over me. Out the road, no. You see me I say? And the man said, no, man. You see me? Because everybody did mash up in the studio. And the man said, no, baby, man. I said, no, bad, me too. But, you know, I don't know the nostalgia of Buju them just doing dancehall and the voice and everything star. But when you listen to a selector and a man where you do the producing and thing, you kind of know, say, it wants something little before that. That tough, you know.
to give you the hype, just to taxi it down the road.
What we call is like an introduction punch. You have a punch too, but it's like the step down before a next punch. So it's a punch too, but you're anticipating something bigger to come, but you still get the people them something to thump them earlier. So I said to him, boy, that part, they can't go on in the front and everybody them on war feet and thing now. And it's like, I said, all right, let's make it work, And Bulby, man, I tell him, G, dog, yo, the school, man. Like, Bulby just look for me now and him kind of see now as a young youth say, Esco them now get to say what they need to say, So, Bulby just shout out, Buju, you have to give you them when them want still, because I remember say that them go push it now in the young world, It must seem like that part, the up on the front and reality, and is me say, go some play it back and apparently Buju now must never realize that him flow off that part, they never even pick up. So when him hear it back, he must say, buck, nah man, book back. And we end up just shift it round and start the song, so he must go back. And we just piece together now, bring the over me up at the front, and then drop Baby Mother too bad at the second part, and then the DJ go back around there, and then after that he never stop. From we catch the first 4, the first 8, the rest of the song the dog go one take.
The stories behind these songs are so amazing and crazy that it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because remember, us as a general public, we only hear the final product. We don't know if it took you 5 minutes to record this 3-minute song or if it took you 3 months to record this song.
Bro, all of this is happening in this fucking struggle. That man I try to tell you, this is all happening in the struggle. So that's why homeboys are away in foreign trying to do some things and make things happen. When Buju them call me fam, I just chill on the block, with a cat, my G. I'm just send her home fast, and touch the studio, because I say, to all we broke now, and Buju call me at the time now, this. You understand? I got this now. I feel the wrath and feel the struggle and say, yo, the money did that thing and the selector thing and I do things and I showed up to bare people and it's like, watch you now. So, that's why I never leave out my entertainment brothers either. I say every artist from day one till now, everybody who record and Throw Back Giggy come right back up now. It's like, me and the man, we can't even get on no bad level, my G, because, there was so much going on and so much that some people did and so much times them come and show up. I mean, we're talented at everything, but them come and show up and represent for our talent too and help us put it on the forefront. You see me? So Buju really just kind of call us in to hear the rhythm, bro. So it's testament to, staying true to your struggle, staying real, staying still ready for success even though you're struggling, fam.
You get it 100%. I'm surprised that, or am I wrong? Is Kill on the rhythm?
All right, so here comes another story now. We might need another podcast, my bro. So watch this now. So Buju voice now, left side is away, me comes to boom and mix the rhythm. Right? Of course, the dog leave him. Let me just clarify everything for even the Pro Tools River and Ray, because a lot of people used to, and I've heard that even Leftside said this. I don't know how true it is, but I hear people like to cast judgment as to who did what or who did the work. We were a good team. You know what I'm saying? In other words, we fill in when we can fill in, and we learn from him when we can learn from. But the aim was a team of versatile people. So whatever I knew, he was learning. Whatever he knew, I was learning. So he taught me how to build beats. You know what I mean? I bought the first drum machine. You know what I'm saying? He buy the first Pro Tools. Me to understand it a little bit more. You understand what I'm saying? Always offset me with certain business. Me like talk to people more oriented. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no shame in anything. The first rhythm them, him they build them. Him was the body rhythm builder. Me learn. You understand? But who take the vocal them? Who was real? I was there. Me. Who was helping writing? I was there to me. Sometimes the dog never did there. Me take the vocal. You know what I mean? Buju situation, same thing. After a while, it was me taking the whole of the Kartel vocal them. Cause me wake up early in the morning and me burn the weed and want that party. The dog no smoke at the time, man. So, it was a team of balance, fam. So, at this case now, in the Buju situation, Leftside mix the rhythm and we'll leave a preset file set back now. So when we get Buju voice, we just come in, we balance up the vocal. The only thing I did was I balance Buju vocal and I added the kick now, more places in the beat. That's why the Buju started to become a little heavier.
Yeah. It has a different mix than the other ones.
Right, and the other ones has that kick pasted with the snare and stuff that gets the beat heavier as it grows, but nobody will use that right through. So when I got the Buju, I was like, yo, for the punch, let's tie that kick and shit and stuff. So, you know what I mean? The rhythm was already mixed and then I just came out on some touches and really boom, bounce it and got the Buju out before the dog even come out. So when I got the Buju out now, and that's how the frenzy start, brother. That's all I can tell you about the bounty part now. The frenzy start this now. As when Buju voice now and it drop, a different frenzy, especially from Irie FM now, the rest of man them start pick it up. You see me say the big A's and the mighty mics and the real God rest him soul. You see me say all of them man start pick it up now and start flag it now because Buju is back on dancehall. Especially for two young youth producer, selector, the story is huge. And the song hot. You understand? Then now, those Irish selectors begin to show the true justice now. Because they play the old juggling because Buju there now and Tuck in your belly I play now. And the people them start to call down the radio station and say, yo, which is this set a man that? You understand? Who that can nobody know them artists there at the time, the voice and the song art and who so bright and feel so brazen to say that and then it actually work, People are laughing and thing and nobody wasn't telling anybody at the time, I say it was just like two new youth, So the anticipation started to build until now. One day Sunshine called me and said, are you this? And she played the song. And I said, yeah. And she said, Biggie, I played for about 30 minutes now. Yeah. She said, Biggie, I played for about 30 minutes now. But up at Wayne Marshall, I played some FIFA at the time star. Because I'm say we in the Gideon and we are, bro, them we are lead on them and I know, sorry, them up at bro yard and go hang out still left side there foreign and thing. Yeah, man, she said, yo, are you a Big A play some flicker on the radio now and Big A did I flag it the day the dog and I tell her says like Big A flag it and she said, yeah man, she get the rhythm from before and I play but she didn't get our song. So I'm sending her back my song now on the Buju and after Big A on the Saturday morning. The morning go. Right after Big A then comes at the time was Sunshine and then right after Sunshine was DJ Wayne. Right after DJ Wayne come get my thing. So that day they know, that Saturday now, which I don't remember the date, man, was the day now, bro. Where really realized that happened now. You see me I say? Consistent play every DJ now. So call Leftside of foreign now and say, yo, bro, you need to come home now and it look like we catch. So I say, what do you mean? I say, oh, the rhythm I get at him. I say, no, so we need to call you, the rhythm I go and good come reach a Miami and some man I play it and thing 99 jams. Me I say, dog, no. Not the rhythm. We get. Me and you. Him say, what do you mean? I said, dog, right now, the people them I say, somehow, the song with me and you do, I want the top song that we are playing on the rhythm. So, man laughed. The man said, dog, stop fuck with me, man. What do you mean? So, for me, you better not bag a song with this. I said, bro, repeat. Me just hear Big A them slap it off. Sunshine this now. About to come in and I eat. So the man said, them a play our song now. The man said, stop fuck with me, bro. What do you mean? Them a play our song or them a play or them just juggle it like play it on the mix or like juggle it and pull it up. I said, dog, 5 and 6 and 7 pull up 8. Second verse, everything. The dog said, yo, me I come home tomorrow. Never reach tomorrow, but he done them for a couple of days. Boom, him come in now. We start touch the road and do more promo now. We decide to print 45 now out of our own pocket. You see me? Print some you see me at the time, some little get some mix CD, mix tape and something. Push out the rhythm now. Rhythm I get hot. No, sorry. Push out the rhythm now. About to print the vinyl. Link Killer now in the club. Them time the club name Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
See the man them in the club, the rhythm a play. Step over to the general now and I say, yo, general, you don't know. I say, you know that Giggy Riddim thing and that throwback thing, it come like it I get hot for you, know? You don't know you have a strength. Can't go so boom and still like we get a thing where I thump the road and we not come for you. You see me I say? Look a song on this. You don't know the general and as we said, it's like musically I'm general, but person to person, every man a big man. So big man to big man, you know that people make different wrong choices. People make, you know, whatever. Them might not be feeling something at the time. That might not be what they're on. You see me? But artist to artist and general to somebody where I give strength. I don't know if maybe because we never link the dog first or what. But it's just one of them things that me even say, yo, when somebody give you strength, bro, you can't count strength.
Yeah.
And then you're going like you want to get fucking pissed off when somebody don't give you the strength either. What is it at the time when you need it, dog? Just remember you get strength right through, you know. But I'm not sure why. But when we went in the club, the dog said, fuck Throw Back, we don't go back. You get me I say? And I remember I said to him, say, General, don't do with that star. From we come to you as we young youth them. And I say, yo, I could have heard. And him say back, him say, yeah, well, maybe you, but I don't know about that right now. I would have said, all right, you know, I would have stayed in the club and think. That did later cause a little sour vibes between Leftside and Killer for a little while too. But we can't talk, we don't have to go into all of that. But anyway, so we do that now and the dog did the record. But at the time, the streets never have the Buju. The Buju did just reach a couple exclusive man because of how fast it was going, the whole process. And because we're about to print 45 and everything, where I say, oh, the Buju would help sales, you know? People are going to run, go back, and the rhythm been out a little bit, and 45 them are pressed late. So the Buju would have helped the sales now. So me, I said to the dog, say, yo, you know, we're not going to let the Buju right away. We're just get some key people so that also the Buju not come overshadow the rest of song them, you know? Because the Buju come with a steam, you know, man. Because remember, at them time, the Kartel them still young, Ellie still young, everybody's still young. So Buju them a big old stalwart, so. And then the rhythm have enough song now, and you know? Anyway, so all the Buju will print it now and things. So them time then at the club when the Giggy play, Killer, they never hear the Buju or nothing like that. I never know the heat. So the rhythm continue to heat up the road now, and of course the dog, they don't tell what he say, nah, go back, you know? And you know, them man, they have them stubborn things. So them man, them say that, they nah go too. He don't make a decision in the moment, and I hate that. You know, we know Godfather and everything, so we accept that and us now, so yeah, so the thing set. So him say that and race. So we just continue to try down now and promote now, like, you know, we run with this thing, we let them tired. See back the dog in the club now, and I don't know if I jump the dog drunk or what, the general and junk and think. I will go to him and I say, yo, G, really man kick up hard now, you know, and man say, but my voice on the Giggy, but my voice on the real Giggy. So I say, what do you mean the real Giggy? So I say, youth. Then look how me I look for you for voice for song. After you come talk about rhythm and reality. So I say, but Leftside I say, but Jenna, he said, fuck Throw Back, we no go back, you know. So the man say, you can take club talk and run with that reality. I want to you, man. They will always give you the strength. Call me, I call them now, forget the rhythm, man. Can't get the rhythm, so steal them. So they rise one man, so I just go fight it for steal one. So We say Steely. Rest in peace, Steely the Great and Clevie. So apparently now, when we arise the rhythm and it go on now, I don't know if they said they were working on it at the same time during our idea. Or if it's when our own come off, them decide to them brush off the dust off of that because them have that. You understand? I can't be there for that, so I don't want to speak for them. But Steely them started to record up for them giggy now, and so I will started to get a steam. Because we never hear about it before. To be fair, you understand? So how come all of a sudden now, when our one come on now, here comes a man with giggy and they might try voice and the rest of artists them when a voice on our own. So you know, Steely a bigger producer for we at the time. That was our first real thing. So Killer claims him did I give you a look for, we couldn't find it. Voice from Steely one. You see me? So Leftside they feel like them do that deliberately. You see me? After a while I just felt the same way too, because me I said to myself, say, we never hear about Fool and Giggy any at all. And we definitely never go around and know studio, because Steely them studio, as much as we know Steely and Clevie and we rate them and we actually emulate them, never visit them studio yet. So, and I could hear it or say, yo, it come out or nothing anyway. So we just say, them a do one and kill a voice for that one. So, you know, we felt a little betrayed at the time. But as we say, we never did count strength. You know, we get enough strength. So we never did count strength. But as a competitive people we are, you know what I mean, we well competitive to farm. So, you know, decide, say, yo, I smash, we are going to smash that, you know. That can't compare to what we are doing. Furthermore, we are selector and race, so, you know, we start circle more party now to one. You see what I say? Sometimes when it really my juggle me, I'll take the microphone and talk and hype it myself to make sure say the hype, you know? Turn up. And of course the whole Buju thing and the element. And you know me, we well plan it out and produce it and put whole heap of time, art, effort, laugh, tears, sleepless night, whole heap of spliff, whole heap of week. You know what I'm saying? Go into this thing and so. Or was it just have that more, you know, new life and thing? And of course, we built the rhythm, Leftside Smart, they built the rhythm lighter and more foreign friendly. And, you know, because we are traveling and we see what it need. The last one, Steely them one was a little bit too rough and analog. Or rough in the analog, we thought. So anyway, their own comes out and our own come out. For them own drop a gum. And our one begin to take on now. So all the rest of artists them now who they are planned for voice and Steely them on and Clevie on start to link we know. So come the numbers reached about 30 or something. If you look on the album, I don't remember how much people voiced on that fucking track, because it's like, you know what I mean? We never want to show no audience, but then when you kind of want to show, say, all right, then who gonna record on the right one? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to take that one and then who's going to take the right one? Because at the end of the day, remember, Steely Giggy been playing in party for years upon years, so the Sonics would have to be somewhat new for the people them nowadays to accept it. You can't come back, you can't dust off the tape and use back the same thing. Them. You have to build it back out of the fresh thing. Them. You know, the thing them out of the Triton at the time and the motif and the things them over there use at them time. So anyway, we being competitive decide say, yo, you know, we have a voice everybody on it then. Since them a try act like says a giggy competition, young youth style, we decide say, all right, we have voice everybody on that blood clot, you know. We end up to start voice of everybody on it now, and of course our owners decide to take over. So Killer them decides they want to re-record on our own. And I'm not sure if it ever did come out, because to the way we steal them only just kind of never catch. And the Sonics were just really different, you know what I mean? So it's like even when Killer Off song would mix in with the rest of our song, because they tried that for a while, mixing in the two giggy them, but our one was a little bit more softer and cleaner. Theirs was a little bit more rougher and, you know? So Killer did try voice back on our one at the time. I don't remember if he did and if he released it or what. Them time that the song count, it just get out of control for me, fam. Because, you know, to mix and put out so much song and everything and at the time, 30 song, and it wasn't even like super fast Pro Tools and them time, like, no, isn't it so?
And the crazy thing with it is, remember, you guys had like 4 or 5 songs. You put on your song as the 6th to try to stretch it. And then now the thing's gone completely.
30, bro. Yeah, so and that's kind of how success happens, you know what I'm saying? That's why you can't do fight it. You have to just kind of be ready and be prepared. And I believe that also you should, you know, welcome it with open arms, ingratiate people to a point as much as you can, you know, tie up some more people blessing upon the success. It will make it bigger sometime, bro. I mean, I can only say that because I'm here, I've lasted this long, and I'm still able to be here working on big stuff and big projects and still be a relevant name because of how it's set, you know? Yeah. So I realized that all those people who I worked with, I mean, they said to make millions, you got to serve millions. So I mean, the more artists, the more people you work with as a producer, as an artist, as a writer, the more millions that end up served through the medium, though.
You understand?
So, yeah, so I think that's kind of what worked for us in that time, and you know, I think that's a good way to go, if I can say so.
True. Okay, so then you guys take off with that rhythm there. That's a throwback giggy. What came next? Was it the Galore or the Dem Time there?
Galore came second, and then Dem Time they came third, you know.
Okay, so then with Galore, this is the introduction of Aidonia now, because that had Chicken Head on it.
Right. And Scatter had Aidonia at the time, and because, you know, Leftside used to not read him for Scatter and stuff, you know, when he get him artists, and we were one of the first people him call. Aidonia was like, you know, me used to walk and play Aidonia CD for the whole industry, my G's, like... I don't know if anybody know, but if you ask Marshall or Kartel or anybody who make them know about Aidonia, me used to walk with a CD there and I play that everywhere in my car, my G. Because from here, that, me I say, no, sir. I mean, I forgot to Kartel, because Kartel never used to listen to people at all. Kartel used to listen to couple Jacure, he would listen like Marshall them and the thing them and the song them already. He never used to listen to himself too much. Some blood clot Celine Dion or some Ross clot souls and some different kind of genre, and you get one Jackie here and there, and you see me, 2 more, a few more artists them when listen, but he never rate no other artists. I mean, at the time he was a top lyricist, he was a generation leader, and nobody never close. He would have listened to Sassin too. You know what I mean? But nobody was really that close. So when one of them they come in, I mean, they actually bring the CD to him in the morning and flick it in him car and say, DJ, you have to hear this, you know. As a God. So that was the whole time, and then now, because he was so is that we're trying to work with him and you know what I mean, really get him out there with us, because he did have something lolly and something, but I guess he was creative, but he needed some people who were already in the industry and dubbed as being creative. For sure, for say, see a creative man, we had to do something creative with him. Just, you know, you just kind of roll in creative company for people to say, oh yeah, you're creative, so. You know what I mean? And that was him. That was all him with theme creativity, and you know what I mean? We just end up do the sampling part to make it sound real and thing. No, Galore was just us trying to follow up to Throw Back Giggy, but also after we did Throw Back Giggy, as I told you, the people did still try to go around with like selector wise, you know, and we weren't used to the same kind of broad play that we used to give people, or that we think that an artist should get. So we actually went to play some places, and that's how we actually went to ATI, you know, to play Giggy and to play something to excite the crowd, and Leftside build Dr. Evil to try excite the crowd in addition to the regular juggling rhythm, and then now we play that, and then that catch on as well. So the idea was to now follow Giggy with a rhythm where Leftside and Esco can voice, and then you can use this new character upon it as well. You see me? And then now, so we did a Leftside and Esco song, and then we did a Dr. Evil song. But that first one wasn't really the thing. It was like a social commentary kind of style, and I mean, that's kind of fucked up when you think about it, because it's like the people them, they just want to hear alone fuck, because the dog really never did aim to just do that kind of quirky stuff. It was like him did do some social commentary night too, was really trying to turn it into something more broad and message like, you know. But that never worked. So we did the Leftside Esco song, he did a Dr. Evil song, the rest of the artists started to record, me and Marshall them right, forgot them. And you know, a couple of them other songs, the Kartel come in and hear the rhythm and just say, I lie, the next rhythm this, cause you know, them man, they was already working on a frequency, so them man just goes and say, okay, me Vice first on the last rhythm, and it are the biggest thing. I don't need to ask anybody about Vice in first, second, or third. I just need to know if I the next rhythm this. And just come in the studio, left side of them, and then just say, are the next rhythm this? Yeah, I'm just say, him said to me, what kind of song you want? And one of the favorite Kartel lemma one of my favorite Kartel lemma all time. Bad man, look man, then fly, door, photo man, fire pan, baddest Kartel at the time. So I just said to him, say, dog, we need a flow like look man, you know, man. I say, eh? I say nothing. And take out back, you see what I say? And come back in with some Heineken and come and say, I hope the track. Leftside Esco. Make we drink, buy out the bar. Man, I start drink the Heineken, same time, dog. And I say, yo, make we drink, buy out the bar because we all got funds. And just give me back the same exact style of my ask for that. Man, just leave the building for about a half hour. Leave the studio for about a half hour. And just return with some 6-pack of Heineken and just come back and I say, yo, fly the mic there. Leftside Esco. Make we drink. And we did start blood clot drink, me G. And the man just dead and sit the Heineken and just lay them down for, isn't it? In a film style, you know. Anybody know Gaza Vice, you know, from them time, they are a Leftside Esco, Dan Carleon, and these young producers help Kartel and these and some of those artists with them early recording craft, make them know, say, all right, split the lead, put one up, one down, do Vice with 2 leads and 2 doubles in them. I say, quick. So yeah, him come drop that now and then the song them start. Of course, we have the art rhythm, some more man start forward on, but we don't have the Aidonia them race, so we'll check back Ellie them and all the people who give it the early strength to. You know what I say? And it was just good, you know. Some of the songs they never connect and some connect, you know, more than some. I think the numbers was too big on the second rhythm.
How many people do you guys have on the second one rhythm?
It got out of hand too, because I know we did hot already, so even though we tried to keep it small, I'm sure it got to almost 20. Enough songs probably people never hear about. I know there was Shano, there's Aidonia, Leftside Esco, then Leftside Vice 3 songs on the rhythm there, bro. So he made sure say him find something more. You know what I say? You know what I mean? To be honest with you, at that time it's like, and I'm just doing this one for your podcast as an exclusive. You know what I say? G Muscle is like, at that time, one of the artists them did a murmur. I never said anything to him, but everybody was like, dog, so Leftside have to put 3 songs on the rhythm, bro. Because you don't know every man that try to get a place, and man say, all right, then the rhythm man, so much man have a voice and we hot. You see me? And if you look on probably the release, I think the dog make sure I release all 3 of him song them, and then, you know, it was just me on one of them song them. Half out, you know, so it's like, them did a murmur at them time, you know, but a whole heap of song did get on the rhythm there, bro. A whole heap of song did get on the rhythm there, rightfully so. I mean, I'm not saying he shouldn't have, you know what I say? Maybe we shouldn't have released all of them, but like, you know, the social commentary, me agree, because the man that try to sing a clean song, social commentary, and the people them that are going like say, yo, it feel tamish. So he just decided to drop the thing when he got ATI with and bust the place with him, just say, yo, fuck social commentary. Drop the thing where run the place at ATI and just work with that. And we just drop that on the Galore rhythm in the last now, and that helped it to get to our next level too, because you know that whole Dr. Evil thing was crazy fam. I didn't even like it at first, my G. I'm sure them everybody gone on record and saying that. I mean, I like it for what it is, but like, you know, when he first heard it, I just like, same thing, we was just too young. He didn't like it. Yeah,
so it was just creative. It's where you're now creating something. Let's see what sticks, because we're in the driver's seat right now. We
That's
put out
rhythm,
so let's see what happens.
And to this day, anybody can, I don't lie about the situation, bro. That's exactly what my advice to him is like, bro, test that shit, because right now, you know, we're in this creative zone and we don't know what work, but we don't like it. And he was almost not going to let the selector leave with it. And Pepsi from Renaissance was like, yo, nah, man, I don't mean I like this, bro. I'm going to play it and see. I could test it.
And that turned out to be his biggest Dr. Evil song.
And that turned out to be him big something and reality, and ultimately what grow the ego now and start to make things like become this competition. You get me, I say? So it's like, out of the success and the thing of that now, is like, as I say, it's like here you see now the whole thing starting to form where a man is kind of pushing out females, rightfully so, to try and be competitive, but Vice in 3 songs on the rhythm when everybody else have to put out 1. You know what I'm saying? Me have to put out half. So murmuring did I go on and rant and from that point, you know, we saw that, you know, the dog get certain little things start to change, you know, go to certain shows and don't tell you and you just hear it because you never want to go out that night. I'm gonna stay home with my baby and think, oh, it's all right, yeah man, cool. And when you see a performance go on, you know what I'm saying? Which I never mind. We never really had any restrictions as a part of that, but just in retrospect, I look at signs because we're on a recollection thing. So anyway, that rhythm was good, and I felt like, you know, we still had a good unity. Everybody still had a good unity there. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, certain things that show still. So we did that, and then them time that came now, which of course we decided to slow down the numbers this time, as you see, because the first 2 rhythm had too much numbers. You know, we decided that since we're kind of we went knock over, then Galore, we kind of went original with go like a mixture of the 2.
And you could hear that in the Dem Time there, because the Dem Time the sounds, that's exactly what it sounds like, a version of the Giggy. Just it has that feel to it, but it doesn't sound like it, but it has that same feel to it.
Right. Well, what it is like it's a little bit, because I mean, our left side knock it, you know what I say? But like the conversations we had were like, you know, something not necessarily Giggy or Galore, but something with a, you know, good songs that had the same kind of array, kept us in the same kind of vibe, nothing too lewd. And then of course, more of one of our favorite producers, which is Dave Kelly. Like Dave Kelly is just, you know what I said? Dave Kelly don't even understand some of the youth them will love and rate and respect him and inspire, and like even Dave Kelly them know say him couple show them what him there and DJ man that they sound and look for, and I said, dog, hold them stranger. You know what I say? I think them and Dave Kelly feel like we don't listen to 45 them. You see me from when we used to buy them a blood clot Aquarius at half a tree. We used to listen them, bro, and know when a Dave I sing some of the shampoo them and some of the intro them and some of the hook them. That was like our favorite thing to do. To discover where Dave Kelly is tricking the crowd. That was like one of our favorite things to do, to listen to Dave record them when he put them out and hear where he placed his voice. And you see, we come do the same thing. We end up influenced by the same thing. We start to place our voices on productions to with the artists. It's the influence of Dave Kelly.
Okay.
Sham was Leftside favorite DJ. You know what I mean? Sham was the man who made me feel like me could a DJ because he's a brown man. You get what I said, dog? And at the end of the day, I rate and grow among Sean Paul them and Dan Youth and corrupt them, but I want it to be more of a Sham-like DJ, brother. We had more songs. I mean, corrupt them and Dan Youth them and Sean at the time were excellent at what they did in terms of bringing that newness and that new swag and the new style. Oh man, I wanna beg. And them think they're gonna see a canada can slave. Them and them have them flaring at that, but Sham them can DJ anything. Babylon boy, I remember those days when you see me say from them time there. You see me rolling in my Benz, making mad money. You say you can count social commentary, and at the day when you're a fan of Bounty Killer and you're a fan of those kind of artists, Buju Banton and Ray, you want to be the broadest DJ you can possibly be. So Sham they represent the brown man, were broad as an artist to me. Spragger. So, you know, it was just influence, but Dave Kelly, you know, was who had in mind and say, yo, you know what, we're not gonna knock back, because at the end of the day, what we never like is the fact, say, you know what I mean, when a man a knock back the rhythm of the great, him not add nothing to feel him not be like influence, him just go back and knock back the man them rhythm. You understand? I don't really like that. I mean, even though some rhythm deserve a run back, but make the man them run back with them rhythm, dog. Don't knock back for them thing exact. You see me I say?
Add your flavor to the thing, or else it wouldn't.
Yeah, in other words, you might say, Esco, where I talk about Giggy it wasn't exact. It was close though. And the reason it had to be so close is because we look at in the industry, so you wanted to build something that was as close to familiar, but it's still, if you listen to it, it's on a different key. It probably on the key of what the next song on Giggy, I never remember, but it's on a different key of another song, another Giggy Riddim version. It's not stealing them key upon. So it's lighter, it's race. It was a little different, and same thing with them time. There's like, it was a la, you know, we wanted it to feel like Showtime, but have the energy of Brookout. You see me? But still have the Leftside Esco vibe to it, this little newness, this little hardcore, provoke you to dance out of nowhere. You see me? Whether you like we or not.
Mm-hmm. Crazy, because this is where Aidonia got the break right now.
Right. And Vybz them did done at too, and it's like Vybz them was on the come up too, and at the same time, you know, we want to keep helping him because we actually had the first Vybz too. Here comes another tangent phone. So when Vybz them were on Sharon Burke and Killer them used to have to fight the radio man them for Vice the young artists. Mm-hmm. We were the man them around there that was giving them young artists any microphone time or any look pan. Mavado was on that same rhythm Friday the 13th, I'm tell you about. So, you know what I say? And it's real Mackay we had, bro. They ain't the real Mackay. So you check it out, we had two of the first big songs from Vybz and Kartel, bro, because we had tried straight the man early, we wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And this is why when the song them for do over, we never had no problem. You know what I say? It's like, Serrani them ready, man, them a do over the song now. Vybz them wasn't as prolific as a singer at them time, them wasn't sounding as good, man. And I'm not a fucking never sound good at all, dog. You know, I said David work on craft, bro. When the man go there, the man said that dream and lyrics. Man, walk and sing and develop that muscle where you see Mavado have no hand. They go work, exercise. Now they go everywhere and sing it until it get on tune. So at them time, we had Friday 13th, we have Kartel at, you know, see some other song there, and the song them voice and key, Vybz them thing a little sharp. You know, the people, it never connect the right way and stuff, so but we always know say Mackay was a big song dog, that's why we take it. So we had both those songs, and then at the end of the day, so when he was on him trek go up to, you know, the dog grew back a strength right away, and we could have helped each other. We're on about the same size them time then. You know what I mean? In terms of we as producer and artist, and him as where he was in his career at the time, we're about an equal level. So that was a good thing for us. Him they just jump on easy, come give me a link one away with Tanso. You get me I say? Yeah, and as I said, for people who want to talk about the work at Leftside Esco, enough of them songs at them time, they know me, I take the vocal them, because at them time, as I say, probably when, if Craig ever watch this or anybody ever tell him, and say, him hear me say, yo, the artist, them did have frowns behind him back. When he put out 3 songs on Galore. He will notice that I'm telling the truth, because at the end of the day, on them time they really me take Vybz vocal and me take Kartel vocal, them man then never really I try come there when him did it.
Okay, so then this is where it started to get shaky between him and the artist.
It wasn't getting shaky between nobody. Here what this is what put me in the awkward position, fam, to this day. This is why I think is the reason for the group splitting, is because at the end of the day I had to be mediator for a lot of hypocrisy. Whether it was him not feeling them or them not feeling him, and me being the neutral man in the middle, that's obviously not perfect either. You know what I mean? But try not to pick any side and try not to be political, try to make things just work. So if me I forget the vocal, fuck it, I'll get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you, say, the man must say, dog, I could do it in the morning when I just me and you. Me not have to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to tell you that. Me not have to tell the man them say. I mean, I shouldn't be the one telling Bling Dog say, you tell him to come to the studio and when him reach, you inside, tell him say you're not there. When him drive off, you drive out. You know what I mean? You never want to work on a song with the man. You should just tell him, you know what I'm saying? But I know my job to tell them that, or tell the person, me just take the vocal. You see me, and I actually got backlash for that too, fam, because I took Bling Dog vocal and the left side, they want to put it out, and then Bling Dog was mad at me, like, say, yo, why am I taking vocal and not put it out? And it wasn't even me, never know. So the dog drive out on the program and never want him to do it. So
we just got in the middle.
Yeah, and them thing there, you get me, I said, dog, you know, we're not afraid of no man. So I'm going to put my money on the ground and talk. And at the end of the day, it's the truth of what happened. So stuff like that was happening, bro. But nobody really knew at all. You get me? I said, because at the end of the day, that's what team do still, fam. We just balance thing and ray. You get me? I said, me real to the dog. Me not going to tell no man what he must say neither or what he must do. And at the same time, me not going to broke theme vibes and say, dog, you know, so the man them and say, yo, the morning, me a morning when you're not there. And likewise, that's my friend. Me cool with him. Me not really feel like me not gonna jump and assume say his impersonality. Me just feel like say, all right, then me born weed, I'm up early, so the man then just a pick for do the time with me. But over time, I realize say, okay, no, all right, then I mean the man them I constantly check. I mean the man them I constantly. You see me call for go up with or call about this or call about that. You see me, I be the man them do show for Kartel them do a free show for me up at Stone Hill, Kartel, Elephant them and Marshall do a free show for me. So you know what I mean? In other words. Nobody not have a fabricate or act or telling a story and make up or try make it look like nobody there pick side dog or what go on. You get me? I say just how things unfold and how a man power, one man smoke, one man no smoke, one man ray. You see me, a man feel like say, yo, why you put out 3 songs and all away? You see me, the rhythm them art you done at why you have to put out 3 songs. In other words, think about it now. If an artist have voice for muscle and muscle are art already, and muscle like put out a juggling, but muscle want 3 songs on it and every artist will voice one. You give yourself 3 times the chance to eat more than anybody else, which anybody could argue and say there's nothing wrong with that. It's our shit, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know what I mean? Signs where I never read, like I had half a song and I was content. And maybe I shouldn't have been, you get me? I say maybe I should have been like, yo, come and have a whole song for myself, which eventually I feel like after the frowns in upon the first rhythm, I don't know if maybe the dog did feel like, maybe he did know, because by the second rhythm, him offer me and say, yo, you don't want to do a song for yourself on the beat.
Got you.
But people around me were telling me, say, I just the dog want to own a song then. You see me, but I never believed them. Because we did a song on it together, you understand? So I never that, you know what I mean? I never that take no talk from nobody really, bro. But and to be honest, at that point, I don't even believe people neither. I like that. I had no problem with it, my G. So it was not like the dog was doing anything sinister or nothing. But I just try to show you how things were unfolding. So that through timeline of this recollection, people can go, okay, so it's not like no man was the pussy just all of a sudden or something. It's like, all right, then over time, some small little things just take time and make people start to make decisions that lead them towards here what we're going to end up doing, or things are a little separate now because these things happen. But it's not like nobody was no, you know, big pussy in the music, but there were some little things that are going on that, so, you know what I mean? So people might think things happen suddenly. It doesn't. It brews.
It's a little bit here, a little bit there, and that the little bit turns into something big.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of what was happening to the them time rhythm, but it was, you know, well crafted as usual. And you know what I mean, to be fair to us too, as 2 young kids had third at rhythm in a row, managing hotness, managing all these things and this ray and these money and this ray and tea, and also people who just want to run in, everybody want to record now. You're trying to maintain quality control as a young youth, you know what I'm saying? You might not do it the full right way, but you know where I try to, but you know, maybe you don't know if you relate it properly to people. So, you know, I never really thought, you know what I mean? In other words, if people are going to say that, but you're pussy for your power around the man and they must say certain things. Yeah, but I never really thought it was any real deep emotions. I just figured, yo, you know, we are dealing with a lot of success and people are fucking running in, bro. People are being fake. People are trying to rob money. People are trying to get over on the thing. People are trying to just voice without you knowing them and send file. People are trying to just come do a combi now when we never had it, wouldn't even look on with. You understand? I didn't blame him for some of his reactions to people because I really thought some people were overdoing it too, you know what I mean? But as them said, you must stand up and watch people do things to people and feel like it can't happen to you, you know?
It's just a matter of when is it going to be my turn?
In most cases. You can't say all because we don't want to be absolute, but in most cases. And, you know, I think after them time, the rhythm, I think we were still in a good place, you know what I said? But it's like a few little things started happening with people, and you know, it started to get a little bit more tense, you know what I said? Like, especially because the studios were always at my house.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's like, over time, you know, I would be dealing with the brunt of it, fam. I would have to be dealing with the brunt of it because studios at my house, I'm hearing both sides, and you know, that's kind of what was the whole dilemma that kind of led to that thing, but it was there through the whole of the rhythm them time there, and then after that now we did drop draws with Vegas at Galore fight over, man. And then now we're moving studios and we move again to another place where I was, and then you know, it's like more bickerings happened after the third rhythm, bro. Like, you know.
But this is where I jump in now. Around this same time here, we had booked a show with, this is supposed to be you guys' first time in Canada. Leftside Esco, you guys are hot. You guys have out all of this stuff here now. You guys are putting out all the artists. Everything was supposed to work out. The only thing that was wrong with that show, and I'll take full responsibility because it's my name signed on that contract. Instead of thing there, you guys had in the contract, it was requested first class tickets. It was either 2 or 3, I can't remember. What we had done, the team now, we had sent regular tickets. Again, we didn't really know. This was our first contract that we were dealing with. And that right there caused a big problem. That's why, if anybody knows, you guys did not show up.
Right, and that was huge for me, fam, because at the end of the day, that was huge for me because, you know, for a couple of reasons, you know, and I hope that the fans and the listeners can understand, because that actually started one of the major arguments that put you on like an arguing zone. Like from your show, I didn't even know it was your show until tonight. But from that show, it forced me to have to confront him in a less than civil way. Before it was always like, yo, bro, come on, man. Dog, you know, we can't do that, or let's do that, or we'd argue it out to a point. But like this time it really bugged me because we were seeing like, you know, changes due to money, like, you know, unwillingness to do certain things, unwillingness to do certain dub plate for free for Radio Man, you know, certain things, and then willingness to do it a certain show unless the money raised. We don't have a problem with not doing certain things with the money raised, but dog, you gotta straighten back the Radio Man them and the people them and give them the dub them, and you have to sing for free same way for a couple people, dog. You can't just switch off, so. So we're having those little problems and things, and then of course, you know, we're having a few other little scenarios, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't get into depth, but it's like, you know, with other people who are around us, just things that I'm seeing, you know, the dog end up having problems with other people and stuff that we shouldn't really have problems with. And the way it's being handled, you know, money solves everything. Let's just pay for this, let's just do that, let's pay. You know, money solving everything now. And, you know, we can't, you know, we have to start with some separate projects because sometimes the money, dog, when you split it, is like, you know, so it's like there's a little bit, you know, people getting addicted to money and things and, you know, feeling that it solves everything. And when you wake up to a bank account, you don't really feel like you need to take that from anybody. So upon your show now, I fucking needed the money. From a standpoint that I had a kid, it's 2 years at my house, and the dog just signed a big record deal behind my back with Jeremy Hardin, which they made me think we got contracts, and he made me think that he wasn't going to sign it. I read the contract and it tied us in for like some, I don't know, 3 years with some, or 2 years with some ridiculous sunset clause. I know the sun still has set to pussy clause. That me that try to tell you. Anyhow, you sign that. And me not talk no, me never talk no, a facts me talking about. In other words, to be fair to the G2, me and him have had conversation as bigger man since then, and you know we've apologized and he's apologized, and he tell me about that contract, and I said, dog, what that me do? Yeah. You understand? So and like a fuck me a talk or me a chat no man. Any man can watch this or play this back for any man, bro. Around the time of the contract, we both got contracts. And a man said, you read the contract? And I say, bro, you know, me as the man, we're kind of more diligent in the business. But I say, read the contract from. They say, that no look good. Nigga got the sun setting on us for about how much years? The year after they done manage 15%. The year after that 12. The next year 10.5. Next year 9.5. Next year 8. 15 years after the man done managing, still I work big in your pocket. He said, bro, this not look good, we can't sign it. Man, him say, yo, bro, but the man must say, if we don't really sign to Germany, we can't get the deal. Because Germany admin the deal or whatever the case, which is understandable. I understand that totally. We could go to the man and just ask him about the sunset clause and the thing, them, you see what I'm saying? But Germany, them done tell him about the money and the studio and the thing them we're going to get. So him tell me, he said, boy, dog, I don't know about it neither, bro. Now I go talk to him about it still. So me say, yeah, dog, you have to talk to the man about that car, like seriously, bro. And it's like, man want everything, like it was a 360 contract management. But he was getting a deal for a label to put out his Dr. Evil album and then a Leftside Esco album. So I was like, yo, sure, that's good, congrats. You know, I say, yeah, I make a big food and Ray, but I was grateful because it's like, okay, I felt like, you know, I'm being honest, I felt like, okay, the people that want to work with Dr. Evil and Esco, they want to work with. Then they were like, yo, but they want to work with Leftside Esco too, but just want to try this first. I was like, hey, fuck it, I'm grateful. At least people interested in we know that from you, we're a group, so from you, we have a song can sing. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Little did I know that it seemed to me, from what I've been told from others around the scenarios, I say I'm not saying this as fact. No man know the facts, because no man come to the forum and talk about what exactly happened. This is what me hear from my sources and do from my mans. It was made to look like I was the only one frowning about the contract. So when Craig was trying to make it look like, yo, he said, you have to sign it or what? He did already sign, according to what I'm hearing. So he did already sign. So when Jeremy asked about me and the contract, and me, I said, dog, they are telling him that Esco is having some reservations with the contract and thing. So, I mean, I don't have up Jeremy. Me and Jeremy, them still good to the day of business, the man of blood clot there. You get me, I say?
It's the business.
But I didn't know that there was some big rush on the contract, and I didn't know that I was being painted as the one having the problem. I thought it was a general problem, and you know, all right, nobody don't really want to sign this, but we're gonna all talk about it. I would be the one that's more willing to sign it, if anything, because it wasn't even really about me. So I'd be getting on a train. You understand what I say? Yeah, we're at artists and we have Leftside and Esco, but this is a different thing now. A label gonna push some money forward, and fuck, I don't care if I'm even getting no bag of food, dog. I just want, you know, I say, I'm up on the train and the whole thing. But it was made to look like say I had a problem with the contract. So people who will remain nameless and artists who will remain nameless, tell me, say, them dead of the night, and Jeremy said to him, say, oh, Esco takes so long to sign the contract, and the man will say, yo, it look like the dog have a problem with it, and Jeremy's like, all right, then well, what does Esco do? Why, in other words, he have a right to ask, like, okay, why is this man holding up the fucking deal? You know what I mean? Left side I play forward upon the team, you are playing midfield. This man has scored a goal now. Why the fuck are you holding up the contract? I can see why he's asking that. So the man must say, yeah, of course, I don't know what was said after that, because I never got the entire details, but you know, obviously what was said wasn't favorable. Another man who was there said to me, say, little after that, Jeremy said to him, so what Esco do in the group? And I must say, yo, nothing really, just, you know, in kind of maybe go look the artist, the man thing, but I need everything. So, the man who tell me that, say, never like when him say that, you know what I mean? But then at that point, Jeremy just said to him, say, yo, well, bro, if he doesn't want to do that, we'll just move on and do it thing. See me, so it's like, I never really want to sign the contract. The dog signed the contract. How I know that the man signed the contract now is the man drive up to my ends in our Beamer. Is it? So imagine this now. You're a partner, right? And thing and way. I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm happy for him because I have a nice Chris White card to one thing, and we have money, so we're all saving towards buying a bigger car. So when I see him pop on with the Beamer now, I say, "Bumbo clad dog." I say, "Buy Beamer." Man said, "Come me happy." Me I say, "Yo, I could touch the road in the dog." I mean, we flick out, let the beams make two girls see it. The fuck there. You know what I mean? So he must say, no, you know, say I test drive it, dog, come and look on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, yeah, and he must say, yeah, man, Andrew Blacks, them link and thing and Ray can take big up Andrew Blacks, you know. G that too, and you know what I mean? Linkage close from them time, the man I put in real work.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, yeah, Andrew Blacks, them link and Ray and test drive it and things. And I say, Lord, dog, yeah, what? Test drive, I mean, the album deal look like it's sweet, then man, when the food are coming and Ray, I say, dog, you don't know, I don't know, but when we get it, you know, I wonder if we can probably cut this, you know? That time the man done have the food in the dog, our studio, order, everything, you know. I mean, you know. So, you know, things fly on and carry on from this and now, and the dog end up have a studio around this and now. Me find out now, you know, so the dog have a studio around the road and things. So I realize that things kind of get well separated, you know, based off of them situation. But I'm still not frowns and things. And it, to be fair to the G, it did come around to me and say, dog, I know I feel no way about this. You know what I say? Rarity and take. I just get the food and because I know I well want the food and thing and you see me I say? I know this doctor this and that I be real, you know. Man said to me, say, you know, say this doctor evil thing, I never know how long it's gonna last. I'm gonna just take a food and just know say you're gonna race. So I never wrong the man at all. The right thing the man said, bro.
Fair enough.
Then I try to tell you say he's not a bad person at all, fam. So it's like when you check it out and how things happen, you have to just kind of just blame it on nature and life too in a way too, you know. I mean, certain deeper violations I won't go into on this, but the basic of it is like, it's not a bad person either. Just things happen, and you know, so, some people have bad ways. That don't make them a bad person. Okay. So anyway, man said to me at the time, yo, you know, we'll do a few songs with you on the album too and thing, you know what I mean? So it still be a whole vibe and thing and thing. And I said, bro, so I said, yeah, man, everything good, my G, everything good. And you know, we start with them thing, you know, and then we get your show, bro.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.